facing charges, including child endangerment, after the discovery of 16 children living in deplorable conditions east of Cincinnati. Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson says police reached the children just in time.
I think if they would have waited another 24 hours, there was a very high probability that we'd be dealing with a death or multiple deaths.
The children now in protective custody. The U.S. has not renewed the U.S., Mexico, and Canada trade agreement as it pursues new deals. The current agreement remains in place until 2036, but will now face annual reviews. Two daredevils in custody after climbing to the top of the Empire State Building spire in a stunt that appears to have ended in a proposal. The couple, identified as Angela Nicolau and Ivan Birkus, and both now facing charges. In World Cup action today, the U.S. taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina, the first of the knockout rounds. This is ABC News. Former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and potential candidate for the White House, is speaking out to ABC News after a recent swatting incident against his family.
When officers showed up at the Michigan home of Buttigieg and his husband, they took their twins in for questioning.
Our children, to be clear, they're 4 years old. They have no idea what any of this means.
The kids stayed with their grandparents for 24 hours, and that was when police finally told them someone had called Child Protective Services.
An anonymous caller had told CPS that somebody had told him that I had told her that I had committed unspeakable crimes.
All of it false, a swatting incident. He's now hoping whoever did it is found and prosecuted. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
1 week after the double earthquakes in Venezuela, search and rescue crews still finding survivors. The latest, a 3-year-old trapped in the rubble for 6 days. The death toll has climbed to nearly 2,000. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
A lively bunch of soccer fans pouring into downtown right now. But first, we have Ted Beener at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by Global Credit Union. On northbound 167, just north of Willis, we got an obstruction. Looks like a lost load, partially blocking the toll lane. Just be aware of that. Otherwise, there are just a few areas of slowing, and they include around that stadium district for the 1 p.m. World Cup game and I-5 leading into downtown. Other slowdowns involve southbound I-5 from Northgate to the Ship Canal Bridge, and northbound 405 also slows from the West Valley Highway through the Renton Curves. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty well throughout the Puget Sound region, including the lake bridges. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle, not too bad. It's 32 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that's 20 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that is 38 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia is just under 35. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that is about a half hour. And if you're heading north, your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive times, both of those are just under 30 minutes. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. The Belgium soccer fans got their World Cup party started early in Seattle. Fans, known as the Red Devils, held a march to their match with Senegal last hour. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley is in the crowd.
These are the Devils. They started this morning at Victory Hall. They started this march right around 11 o'clock, and we have been making our way here towards the stadium through Pioneer Square, taking breaks like this so that they can cheer. People are literally poking their heads out of apartment and bar windows.
KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is in Pioneer Square, where it's not just Belgium and Senegal fans.
I see a lot of more different kinds of jerseys. There's Brazil, there's Mexico represented, some Belgian jerseys, and again, a lot of Mexico jerseys represented. I've heard from quite a few people who live here who said this is the game that they felt they could get a better deal, and so this is the game that they're coming to.
At last check, tickets are running about $500 to get in if you want to snatch a last-minute ticket. Match kicks off at 1 p.m. Seattle and King County are making major changes to how homelessness is managed here. The mayor and county executives say they will take back control of more than $160 million in contracts from the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. This decision follows that audit found millions of dollars in financial problems and weak oversights. The authority will continue to receive federal funding, but local control will fully begin by January. And if you're taking a Washington State ferry this holiday weekend, expect big crowds. The ferry system expecting about 400,000 riders over the long 4th of July weekend, making it one of the busiest times of the year. You are encouraged to make reservations when available and check the WashDOT app before heading out and avoid peak sailing times if possible. Now to your forecast for this afternoon. Still mostly cloudy out there, but a few peaks of sunshine starting to emerge. And highs today in the low to mid 60s. Right now, 61 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Spike's not out. Spike's not in today. He's on vacation. He'll be back in a couple days, so I'm hosting solo. But I'm not alone. I've got a lot of people with me. You are here with me as well in spirit, I know. So thank you guys so much. You can also text. You can text us anytime you want. You're going to get in on the conversation. We got a lot of stuff to get to today. Hit me up on the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Producing for me today is Jacob Rummel. Jacob, thank you for producing today.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Laura jumped over to the Ursula and Angela show today.
Mm-hmm.
She's out.
G at the stadium, presumably, yeah.
Yeah, and Laura said, I'd rather do that show. So you're here with me.
That was...
That's not exactly.
I realized, this all worked out fairly weirdly. Part of it was selfishly motivated by my...
you wanted to work with me.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. Yeah.
No, it's totally cool.
Everybody knows.
You say, I prefer to work with other Jacobs.
Exclusively.
We have so much stuff to get to. We have the World Cup. We have Team USA, who is taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina. I was corrected many times and told to call it Herzegovina, but that's not it. Herzegovina.
Herzegovinians were contacting you to tell you how to pronounce
Spike.
it? Okay.
He just says stuff all the time. If you guys listen to the show, Spike will say things with such confidence. And I look at him all the time. I'm like, is that right? Because he's saying it with such confidence. And it's just, there's no IA at the end of it. It's just Herzegovina.
Okay.
I've seen it now many times on the Fox broadcast. They pronounce it that way, so I'm going to as well. But Team USA is playing today. If they win today, they will get a short reprieve until after the 4th of July holiday, and then they will be back in Seattle. So they're playing in Santa Clara tonight at 5 p.m. Super exciting. That's going to be a great game. And then if they win, they get to come back to Seattle, and I believe they're going to play. I think they're going to play the winner of the Belgium-Senegal game today, and Belgium-Senegal kickoff in just a little under an hour. So that game, not only is that being hosted here, that also has some big ramifications for what comes next for Team US. So that would be very fun. In just a little bit, we're going to talk about soccer. We got some, obviously there's a big World Cup game today. This is the biggest World Cup game that Seattle has ever hosted. This is a knockout stage game. It matters a lot if you're into soccer. And so I plan on watching the Team US game. Obviously, we're going to be on the air during the Belgium-Senegal game, so I'm not going to see that one. But I am going to watch the Team US game tonight. But I do have some hesitations in showing my kids the game, and I'll explain to you guys in just a couple minutes why I'm hesitant to show them this game. But before we get into any of that, another tease. At 2 o'clock today, don't miss this. I'm very excited for this interview. Yesterday on the show, or maybe 2 days ago, whenever it was, a couple days ago, it's 4th of July. We're ramping up to it. It's America 250. This is the best country in the world. This is a week we get to celebrate this amazing achievement that our country has been around for 250 years, and hopefully for 250 strong more years after this and many more beyond. Fireworks, we love them, especially in my house. Right now, the kids are just going nuts. Every time we drive past a fireworks stand, it's just like, please, 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 can we go? And I'm like, no, we got to wait until, we get a little closer to the holiday. So we'll probably be doing that today or tomorrow. But I put the call out to anybody in the audience, any listeners. I said, hey, is there anybody who owns a fireworks stand, especially one on tribal land? I would love to talk to a fireworks stand owner on tribal land. And as luck would have it, we have some listeners. We had a bunch of listeners, actually, who own fireworks stands, and they have reached out. I contacted one, and we're going to talk to them today at 2 o'clock. And they own a fireworks stand down in Firework Alley, in or on, whatever you call it. It's called Sons of Thunder, And I'm very excited because I have a lot of questions. One of my questions I always wonder when I'm walking around fireworks stands, which you guys probably have as well, what do you do with all this inventory when the 4th of July holiday ends? I mean, you can probably store them and you can keep them somewhere, but like, do you get to return them? I mean, those are expensive. At least they're expensive when you charge me for the fireworks. So how much you guys paying for fireworks? Where do you keep them? What happens when the fireworks aren't sold? I'm also going to ask, what's the most expensive firework that they have for sale? Because I can tell you, my kids will find it immediately. As soon as we go into one of these stands, they gravitate towards whatever's the most expensive. They go, hey, Dad, Jacob, one day when you have kids, you're going to understand this.
Yeah.
Do you buy fireworks right now? Are you a firework person?
Not a big firework guy.
And you live in town, right?
I do, yeah. So I don't have a lot of options anyway. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
But you grew up probably lighting off fireworks.
Yeah, I grew up on reservation land, and my particular street was a lot of people lighting stuff off. Yeah, it like couldn't see so many people.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Super fun. So when you have kids someday, you will go into these fireworks stands, and my best advice is to go in with cash.
Okay.
And do not let them exceed that because they will spend so much money.
It set a budget for yourself.
So expensive. Fireworks are crazy. Like, you guys let me know on the text line, 888-973-5476. Like, what's your budget? How much you guys spending on these? Because I always go in thinking like, all right, we're going to spend $40. And like, if you can get out of there less than $100, that's not even a great amount. Like, you walk out of there with $100 in fireworks, it's a plastic, tiny shopping bag.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what did I just buy?
I have to admit, even as a kid, that was the thing that got to me, because my parents would say like, okay, this is the amount that we're willing to spend. And if it was also an amount of money that I'm like, oh, do I want something that I'm going to light off and is going to give me like 5 seconds of satisfaction? Or do I want like more Legos or something? Is that something that your kids consider at all?
I wish they did.
Okay.
I wish they
They're
did.
just full bore on
No, they're not
fireworks.
considering that at all. But that's a great consideration. Like, how long does it last? Like, you're literally lighting money on fire.
It really seems
so
like it.
How much are these going to last? And I'm not against them. I really do love them. You cannot have 4th of July without fireworks. And this always drives me nuts. Like, right now, I think Seattle has a ban on fireworks. Isn't that right? Doesn't Seattle have a firework ban?
That sounds correct to me, yeah.
They just seem like the kind of town that would.
Yeah, I don't even have to look it up. I'm just pretty sure.
Can you look that up? I'll bet you Seattle has a firework ban. I understand why they're doing it, but I don't understand why they're doing it. Fireworks are awesome, and people should have fireworks. Do they have a ban? I'll bet you they do. King County probably has a ban.
I mean, there's a pretty massive one across all of Washington due to dry conditions, it looks like, according to Fox 13.
It's always dry. It's 4th of July. It's summertime. Of course it's going to be dry. But all right, well, whatever. People still are lighting them off. Even if it's banned, I know that people are still lighting them off.
To your point, I am very excited to hear the answer to this question about where they store the fireworks, among other things, because...
Is that just like an old person question?
I don't think so. Well,
we all wonder
maybe we are. We're both getting older. I suppose now we care about this. But was it just a week or so ago that a house on like Whidbey Island or something, it totally exploded because some guy was holding a bunch of fireworks there? Yeah.
He was building his own fireworks like a nut job.
Yeah. Don't do that.
And his neighbors, this was really crazy. We'll get into other stuff here in a second. Now that we've talked the whole segment about fireworks, but his neighbors were like, "Yeah, this guy's shipping a ton of fireworks to his house. He was getting crates of fireworks, and like shipping container crates of fireworks delivered to his house." And he had asked one of the neighbors, I believe, in one of the stories I read. They were like, "Yeah, can you help us with this? Because we're not going to be here at the time, and we need somebody to accept these or whatever." And they're like, "No, that's a lot of TNT." That's a crazy thing. And then the guy's house it blows up. And I think 3 firefighters were standing outside of the house, and they were literally like blown across the yard. They had to go to the hospital.
Wow.
Nobody died, thank God.
Yeah.
But it is crazy. All right, so 2:00, we're going to talk. We're going to talk with the owner of a fireworks stand down there on Firework Alley, which will be a lot of fun. All right, going on right now. We're waiting for some audio on this, so we'll have some audio for this in just a little bit. But King County Executive Gurmay Zahale and Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, they were tasked with giving their recommendation on what to do with the King County Regional Homeless Authority. You guys probably heard Ursula and Angela talking about this just a little bit ago. But in case you didn't, the King County Regional Homeless Authority is like the central hub of dealing with all of the homeless issues in King County. It is the Regional Homeless Authority. That's in the it's literally what it's called. The problem is that they have spent, over the last 5 years, they've spent north of $1 billion, and homelessness has increased. So it's gotten worse. So people are like scratching their heads and they're going like, hey guys, what are we giving you all this money for if the problem's getting worse? Like you or I, if we were paying somebody to take care of a problem for us that was an issue that we really wanted dealt with, and we were giving them vast amounts of money, and that problem kept getting worse, you probably wouldn't continue investing in that company for too much longer. On top of that, if that company then was found to have been, let's say, not very good at keeping the books. King County Regional Homeless Authority, recently it was discovered that they were like, they just didn't know what happened with $13 million. They just were like, yeah, just, you know how stuff kind of just like falls off the books, and who knows how things work out, but we can't really account for that money. So people were like, well, hey, wait a minute. If we're giving you all this money, all these tax dollars, and you guys are, do we know what happened with money? Like, can you tell us maybe where it went? They're like, no, we can't even tell you like maybe where it went. There's just no way to do that. We're like, well, aren't you keeping receipts? Like, you guys are certainly, you're writing things down, right? They're like, yeah, we write things down, but like sometimes it's on paper with a pencil, and it's the modern era. Like, why would we put it through a computer? So that's confusing to people, so much so that King County and Seattle City Council were like, hey, you know what we should do? Let's spend $900,000. Let's send an auditing team in there and try to figure out what's happening with these funds. Now, this was just like a week ago that they said they're going to spend this $900,000. And at the time, I was saying, I don't think this is a good investment of money. You're just basically going to spend $900,000 more. I felt like you're throwing good money after bad. But they want to try to figure out what to do. They had until August 1st to make their recommendation on, again, Zahale and Wilson, on what to do with the King County Regional Homeless Authority. One more piece of the puzzle you guys may not be aware of, or if you are, then you certainly would like to hear it mentioned. They're also like $44 million in the hole. Not just the $13 million that's unaccounted for. They're in the hole. So it's not being run well. So when I saw that they were going to spend $900,000 in my head, I thought, you know what? I think they're going to keep this thing open. I don't think they're going to dissolve this thing. And then we heard a couple days ago, I think this was just yesterday, we played this audio. King County Executive Gurmeet Zahale sat down with KIRO 7, and he talked about why he's hesitant to shut it down. I'm going to play you a little clip of this, and I'll give you the update on what they've decided to do with the KCRHA.
When we think about how quickly these problems need to be solved, we wanted to see more specificity of the when and the how.
What more do you need to see from RHA in order to recommend that this organization stays?
KRHA is the designated entity for receiving what is called Continuum of Care funding. These are tens of millions of dollars that are coming in from the federal government. And so if we rush to make rush decisions about the fate of this entity, we could risk those dollars.
Sounds like you don't want to lose the federal contracts and some of the systems that coordinate the money. I mean, is there anything about the work specifically that they do that the county or city can't replicate itself?
I don't want us to go back to a fragmented system. And so clearly things do need to change right now, but maintaining that regional collaboration is going to be pivotal.
All right, so you heard him there. He says they don't want to rush to judgment. We don't want to rush to judgment. Here's what they're going to do. You heard him there mention the federal funds that they want to protect. Here's what King County Regional Homeless Authority is now going to become. It's going to be kind of just a shell of its former self. This, according to the Seattle Times, who kind of broke this down. This agency that was started back in 2019 will now, going forward, it will only have federal funds to manage. So apparently Seattle and King County, they're going to basically like kind of claw back their commitments to the KCRHA, and which were, a lot. I think it's like $160 million or something. That money is no longer going to go into the coffers of the Regional Homeless Authority, because clearly that's just throwing money into a void. They don't know where it goes. They don't know how it's being spent. Clearly it's not working because the homeless problem just keeps getting worse. So Katie Wilson and Gurmeet Zahale are saying that, all right, we actually want to take those responsibilities back and make those Seattle and King County responsibilities. Katie Wilson put it this way. She says, part of this for me is really about taking political responsibility. This is from the Seattle Times piece. They want their respective governments to again bear the political weight of solving homelessness. The city and county provide nearly all of the authority's funding and sit on its governing board. The original intention, this is from Seattle Times, the original intentions of the agency's creation were good, Wilson said, and it still has a useful role. But she said it has structural challenges and it wasn't performing as well as she and Zahale needed to. So it sounds like they're basically taking away all of the financing. They can still apply for and receive federal funding, which, according to the story, could be as much as like $60-something million, $60 million and change. What's interesting, though, is if you have King County Regional Home, here's my question. The big decision was whether or not we keep this thing open. And the two leaders in the region, which would be, Katie Wilson, mayor of Seattle, the biggest city, and King County Executive Gurmeet Zahale, they're saying we're not going to shut it down, but we're going to take away most of their money and they get to stay open. What are they going to be doing? Like, what's the point of the Regional Homeless Authority? It doesn't sound like they have much authority if they're not getting much money and you have no faith that they can do it because you're now saying, like, we want to solve we want all those problems to now be solved in-house. We don't want to push those off on this regional office, which just clearly failed. So why keep it open? I mean, Jacob, you feel like you have a thought on this?
They do say that there would be a couple of responsibilities they'd still maintain. The biennial count of people staying in shelters and outside, and then they would continue to lead the region's severe weather response, which I didn't realize they did. But apparently this
would be in like winter months when people are getting really cold and they want to make sure that these people have a place to be in case of, bad weather. Is that worth keeping the entire thing open? Those are not, to me, it feels like they're not wanting to do the hard thing, which is to just say, listen, this is a failure. We should not keep this open. They want to take on the responsibility of homelessness inside Seattle and King County, but they don't want to be responsible for saying that we shut down the King County Regional Homeless Authority. That's what it feels like to me. But they're essentially doing that. I mean, they can still get the federal funds. Why are they going to, if their only job now is basically, I mean, the big job there is like the count and to be in charge of the weather things that Jacob was just talking about. But is that going to be valued at $60-something million? Is there nobody else who can go around and count homeless people? The city can't take that on? And this is the city and the King County, are they not able to apply for some of these federal funds? Does it have to go to this like kind of pointless bureaucracy now? I don't know why they're not shutting it down. I guess that question will, remain to be seen. We also don't know how much, now that they're losing the vast majority of their funding, we don't know what's going to happen to all the employees of the King County Regional Homeless Authority. That's another thing. I'm feeling like maybe they just didn't want to be responsible for having to just can all those people. So they're like, yeah, you guys can stay open, but we're not going to give you any money to run. And the authority part, like, we'd like you to scratch the authority part off your name. Now you're just the King County Regional Homeless Counting Office. So the KCRHCO.
Yeah. Okay.
If all you're doing is counting, it's just not very authoritative. It doesn't sound like they have much faith in the authority of the King County Regional Homeless Authority. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Speaking of Katie Wilson, this is really interesting. I'm fascinated by this. In Colorado just had a big shift towards a socialist candidate, as you are seeing everywhere else in the country. Obviously, Seattle is seeing it. We have a mayor who's a socialist mayor. In New York, you have people who just in their primary are running again, who have just beaten like long-term incumbents. And that's now happening in Washington. That's happening in Colorado. It's happening in New York. We're going to talk with a local political commentator, somebody who tracks this really, really well. What does this mean? And we also have we have a story from Representative Adam Smith, who himself is going to be running against somebody who's also a socialist, and is his job on the line. We'll talk about that next. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Sunset Auto Family.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear G and Ursula, weekdays 9 to noon.
What if your boss knew exactly how desperate you were for money and used that information to decide how little they were going to pay you?
Have an algorithm to pay people as low as possible? How low can we go? This has always been a thing for companies.
Because that is essentially a warning on what's called algorithmic wage discrimination.
Watch live or later on the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
What if the retirement plan you think you have isn't enough? Marshall and Ellen thought they were prepared.
We certainly thought we had all documents. We'd done the wills and the power of attorney and all that stuff.
Then they attended a seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at Life Point Law.
The bigger parts of how that all plays out was definitely helpful.
Life Point Law showed them what they were missing.
There were things we never thought of that made total sense once they were brought up. To have things planned so that your family isn't left with a mess or having to deal with things that they don't know anything about.
So what's their advice?
People wait too long. Get started, figure out what you want to do. Don't wait too long. Make those decisions and look at all your options.
Register for a free Life Point Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
After the mild winter we just had, forecasters are predicting above average temperatures this summer across western Washington. If your home is struggling to stay cool, your attic could be the culprit. Jake Skorheim here. Poor insulation or no insulation in your attic can account for up to 40% of the heat gain in your home over the summer. That puts a load on your air conditioner and it can leave you sweating. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has you covered. This summer, bundle energy-saving attic insulation with a new roof and save 10%. That's better comfort, improved energy efficiency, and less strain on your cooling system. Thousands of homeowners have trusted Valentine Roofing for roofing, attic insulation, and complete home protection because every project comes with the Valentine experience. Seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, and extra mile service. Plus, with no money down on your project, you don't pay until your project is complete. Call 206 Roofing to save 10% when you bundle a new roof and attic insulation. That's 206 Roofing. And remember, when you see the red Valentine van, you know your home is in good hands.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and MyNorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. They are known as the Red Devils. Belgian soccer fans getting the party started with a march to Seattle Stadium for today's World Cup match with Senegal. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley met Laura and Ben. The couple flew in from Belgium last night.
It's so great. It's like a big family here, and we are all here for the same reason.
What's your expectation for this game, Ben?
2-1 for Belgium. I hope a lot of goals and very fantastic atmosphere.
Aminata Ba is a local rooting for Senegal.
Senegal is the country called Pays of Teranga, which is a welcoming country. So today we're going to show the entire world how welcoming we are. Mwah!
Match kicks off at 1 o'clock, and business owners now in the Chinatown International District are speaking up, saying these match days are hurting them. Community leaders held a press conference last hour saying sales are down as much as 22% for the World Cup. Gary Lee is a retired planner and advocate for the CID. He says Mayor Katie Wilson sent drug addicts to the community so soccer fans would not see them.
Wilson claims to be an advocate for marginalized communities of color, but all she did was turn the CID into a human dumping ground. And we've had enough.
We are reaching out to the mayor's office for a response. Meanwhile, the CID community plans a rally for Monday at Hinghay Park before the round of 16 match at Seattle Stadium. It is the annual 4th of July warning from doctors at Harborview.
There's nothing that is more dangerous throughout the year in my head than mixing explosives and alcohol.
It's Dr. Arvin Akivan. He says the hospital has already treated 11 fireworks-related injuries, including burns, eye injuries, and severe hand trauma.
And we're going to see a lot of people who completely change their lives because they made one simple bad decision.
Safest option, as always, leave the fireworks to the pros. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Ted Beaner.
Thank you. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Overall, traffic is moving well throughout the Puget Sound region, including the Lake Bridges. Just a few areas of slowing, and they include around the Stadium District for that 1 p.m. World Cup game. Other slowdowns involve southbound I-5 from Northgate to the Ship Canal Bridge. Northbound 405 also has some brake lights as you go through the Renton curves. In addition, northbound I-5 has slowing through Marysville up to Smoky Point. Looks like the holiday weekend getaway must be getting underway. And from the state DOT, US 2 is currently closed through Tumwater Canyon just west of Leavenworth. The reason is unknown at this time. Some drive times: Everett to Seattle is 32 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that is east of 15 minutes. Your Seattle to Tacoma drive time is 38 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia is just under 35. Renton to Puyallup Drive, that's just 33 minutes. And head northbound, your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive times, both of those are just under a half hour. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the Patriotic Show, July 3rd. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beaner.
Thank you, Ted. Now to your forecast. We'll stay mostly cloudy this afternoon, but dry with a couple of pockets of blue out there right now. 61 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We got a lot of local political stuff that's happening. And it relates nationally. There's this is kind of happening all over the country right now in big cities. And I'm very excited to welcome Sandeep Kaushik onto the show right now. He's a partner at Soundview Strategies, and he is a longtime Seattle political consultant. And he joins us now. If you guys are not watching, you should be on the webcam. Thank you so much for coming on with us, Sandeep.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me on.
Really appreciate it. All right, there's a couple things I want to discuss with you today. One will be Katie Wilson kind of backing some challengers to longtime incumbents and what that means for local Democrats, which we'll get into in just a second. But at the very top of the show, we just got some new info about what they plan on doing with the King County Regional Homeless Authority. And I saw that you were posting this earlier. Can I read your post to folks?
Yeah.
Because
it's public.
Okay, so this is I responded to this, and this is exactly what I was thinking as well. You said, I get that there are some reasons to keep the KCRHA alive related to federal grants, but they're propping up a corpse at this point. Tell us how you really feel about it. So what do you? So now we've kind of fleshed out some more of the details. They're basically going to claw back the money that they had committed, which is like $160 million. They're going to let them still apply for federal grants, which could amount to somewhere around $60 million something. But where's the authority part of the King County Regional Homeless Authority? It doesn't sound like they're going to be doing much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit hollowed out, right? It's kind of a shell of both what it was and certainly what it was supposed to be. All the local contracts, as I understand it, and I wasn't at the press conference, but I kind of heard that this was coming, was that, they're going to claw that back and they're going to have to figure out how to administer that money itself. I think the reason they're keeping it open is precisely that stuff about the federal grants, right? We just saw a situation down in Los Angeles where, particularly with the Trump administration and HUD, they pulled a whole bunch of federal money out of the LA homelessness response.
Yeah, that's right.
In part because their agency has a lot of similar problems to KCRHA, to the King County agency. And so I think the fear was if they just pulled the plug on this thing right now, that would really jeopardize that. I think it is about $60 million in federal money, which is already kind of shaky to begin with because the Trump administration is changing how they want to spend that money, and they don't like some of the housing first and the policies we have here. So they didn't want to just add to the risk that we would end up losing tens of millions of dollars of federal money. And so they're going to try to keep this thing going, but it is kind of a shell of itself, right?
And it seems to me too, like I don't know why the authority part in the title. Yeah. Why are they even keeping it open if their largest client would be Seattle and King County, the city of Seattle, and then more largely the King County, who are saying that we have no faith that they can do this job. So we're taking back all of the money that we were giving them. Why are they staying open? I mean, I understand the federal part that you just explained, but beyond that, they're going to be doing a count. They're going to basically be responsible for counting.
The homeless count that they do every 2 years now.
Is that worth $60 million? Like, I don't know how you apply for some of these federal grants, but are they when they tell you?
I think we are I think the short answer here is I think we are on a slow glide to unwinding this thing, and to be really fair and thoughtful about this, right? It is a complex endeavor. It was obviously complicated to pull this thing together. They didn't get it right.
Sure.
It turned into a big mess, scandal after scandal, all sorts of issues. They couldn't track the money. So
a new CEO every year, it seems.
Yeah. So unwinding something like this is pretty complicated and hard too. So they better do it in a thoughtful way, or they'll end up making things even worse than they are now, right? So I get that, hey, let's do it in incremental steps. Let's claw back some of the money now. Let's deal with the federal stuff later. But it does seem like it's on a glide path to going in I don't think KCRHA, if I had to guess, is going to be around in a year or two.
Yeah. Next year at this time, it would. I agree with you. Okay, so speaking of people who may not be around next year at this time, at least politically, Katie Wilson has endorsed a couple of newcomers against some long-term incumbents locally here. And the reason this is really interesting is we're seeing it in New York. We're seeing it in Colorado last night. We're seeing it in Los Angeles. You looked at the mayoral race there and other offices there. What happened in Seattle? Was this expected? Was this unexpected? Do you think Jamie Peterson woke up the other day and he's like, holy moly, Katie Wilson's not endorsing me?
Right. Well, apparently she called him and they talked on a Saturday, and she told him she wasn't she was endorsing his opponent. It's a 30-year-old opponent running to his left, right? Hannah Sabio Powell and Howell, sorry, and she's a she comes out of the kind of labor affiliated activism, left organization.
The Katie Wilson world,
it's a big, splashy, I would say high risk move on the mayor's part, right? It's not just that she's endorsing against two veteran Seattle Democratic legislators, but Jamie Peterson is the Senate Majority Leader, right? He is one of the most powerful political people in the state of Washington, right? And endorsing against him, he's also a really, really strong progressive, right? He just, in this last legislative session, was the key architect of the millionaires tax, right? Yeah. The tax on high earners, but he's also been a leader on LGBTQ rights over the years, all sorts of like progressive achievements. He's not like some kind of squishy centrist, right? And so to endorse against a kind of strong progressive who's very powerful in Olympia, that's not just putting her own sort of political reputation on the line, but it's also like the city's relationship with Olympia, right? I mean, if he wins, there's going to have to be some repair work that has to happen there,
if that's even possible. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the millionaire's tax. We talked about it a bunch on the show. I think it eventually becomes an income tax. Do you think Katie Wilson saw that and said, hey, he's politically vulnerable right now. I might be able to pull some people over into a different direction. I don't think they're doing it because they don't think the income tax is a good idea. I think they fully support it.
Oh yeah.
But
and look, and this is the 43rd legislative district, right? This is one of it's not just Seattle, but it is the most progressive part of Seattle. Yeah. So, if you talk to Jamie Peterson and you've talked to the Senate Majority Leader, he will tell you that, he's not getting criticism for doing the millionaire's tax from the right, saying, why did you do this? In his own district, criticism is coming from the left, from Hannah, saying you didn't go far enough. Yeah. Why'd you take you so long, right? So that's the fight that he has on his hand.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. Like you said, it's a coin flip of a thing for her to do. It's either going to work or it's not. And if it doesn't work, it's going to put her in a position in a couple years when she's up for re-election where she's not going to have the support from the establishment Democrats. Yeah. And she's drawing a hard line in the sand.
She's making a big play here, right? She's coming out hard against the Democratic establishment. And look, she is herself an insurgent outsider, right? She was sort of not supposed to, have any chance against Bruce Harrell last year in the mayor's race. She kind of came out of nowhere, wins that race. And so she doesn't see herself as just a typical Democratic politician. She is a movement politician, right? Sure. And so she sees this endorsements as being part of a movement among a kind of resurgent progressive left that's younger, that's angry about what they see as the failures of the Democratic establishment to really stand up to Trump. Why did you lose that race in 24? And they want to see a much more, kind of intense and unapologetic version of the kind of left side of the Democratic Party, right? And so it's in that sense, it kind of makes sense for the mayor to do this. These are her people, and she sees herself as the leader of this movement. On the other hand, it's a Mamdani-like move, right? We saw that move from Zoran Mamdani, the New York City mayor.
Sure.
But the question here is, it's Mamdani-like, but does she have the kind of political juice?
That's the question. Mamdani's extremely popular.
Extremely popular, charismatic, won big in New York City. He had a lot of political capital. He put it on the line to endorse these very left-wing challengers to some Democratic establishment types, including the head of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. And he wins, right? His candidates win. He is now much stronger.
He's a kingmaker over there, yeah.
Now, Katie Wilson's making a kind of similar play here. But we don't know whether it's going to work or not, right? She won last year, but she won by 2,000 votes with a very close, very divided mayor's race. And she hasn't had the smoothest ride in the first 6 months, right? No. She's had some bumps on the road. So there's a real question among politicos right now about how much impact are these endorsements really going to have, and is she going to come out ahead on this? I don't, it remains to be seen.
Well, I love your insights into this, Sandeep Kaushik, Soundview Strategies partner, longtime Seattle political consultant. Can we get you back on the show from time to time? You can give us updates on this, and we can check in.
Happy to, anytime.
Fantastic. All right, we really appreciate your time. Have a great one. Happy 4th.
Thanks. Yeah. Bye.
All right. It's very interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch how this whole thing plays out. He's totally right. It's a line in the sand has been drawn. She's trying to shake off the old guard. And the old guard's like, hey, wait a second. We just helped you get this job. What are you doing? We'll see what happens. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
All they care about is whether they make money. You could see it. When Trump was out of office, they lost money. Trump comes back in office, they make money. Fox stock goes up, MSNBC goes down, CNN loses viewers, they lose money, everybody's unhappy. They need people to fight.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. I am very proud and happy to tell you about a new partner we have here on the show. And I've got a message specifically. I want to start with this one. To plumbers, roofers, electricians, contractors, landscapers, delivery drivers, we cannot do any of this without you. And like you, Sunset Auto Family means business, literally. Sunset Auto Family carries full commercial vehicle lines from both Chevrolet and Ford, and here's what separates them from everybody else. Commercial vehicles qualify for their Repairs for Life program. Let that sink in. Commercial trucks routinely rack up 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 miles. Any qualifying repair over $250 is guaranteed for life for as long as you own the vehicle. How's that for a business partner? Talk to Lisa at Sunset Chevrolet or Aaron and Chris at Sunset Ford. They'll walk you through everything. Honestly, it's hard to imagine buying a Ford or a Chevy commercial vehicle anywhere else once you truly understand what this program means for your bottom line. Sunset Ford, Sunset Chevrolet, and Sumner, you just get more at Sunset. Like commercial vehicles, protected for life, and business owners do like that.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with zero down, zero payments, and zero interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
All right, welcome back to the show. Another thank you to Sandeep Kaushik, who was just on with us a couple minutes ago. He is a longtime Seattle political consultant. He works at Soundview Strategy. He's a partner at Soundview Strategies, and he's got some good insight into what's happening right now with Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, who just endorsed a couple of newcomers over some longtime incumbents. And she endorsed the newcomers because they are more progressive than people like Jamie Peterson, which you might think is crazy, but that's the truth. It's really interesting, too, because you're watching nationally as this conversation is happening. It's like everybody got the note from, you know, who's ever in the back pulling the strings. Everybody got the note. They said, all right, in these big cities where we have gotten mayors in, like Mamdani or Katie Wilson, socialist mayors, make the move now. Kick out the old guard. And you have people like Representative Adam Smith in Washington, or of Washington, I should say, who are saying, like, listen, this socialist push, it's going to drag Democrats into a ditch. That's what he said. I have some audio here I want to play from Representative Adam Smith. And I also want to play audio from the last night in Colorado. They had a primary winner who was asked a question about 9/11. It's going to blow your mind. And this was a person who's doing very well politically right now, but it's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's play the Adam Smith cut first. He's talking about the dangers of Democrats being pulled too far to the left. Will that make them relatable on, you know, when we talk about national politics? Maybe it works in cities like Seattle, but everywhere else, is it going to be effective? Here you go.
There's 2 big things that are going on here that need to be separated. On the one hand, there is a real desire within the Democratic Party, within the broader, you know, coalition that we put together. They want to see us.
This was on CNN, I believe, by the way.
You know, fight Trump more effectively. They want to see us go after income inequality more aggressively, and they want to see new, younger faces. And I think there's broad appeal for that across the Democratic coalition. You know, get after, you know, economic
New, younger faces? Like, what's a younger, newer-looking face than a Nancy Pelosi? Come on.
Populism, greater economic opportunity, too much concentration of wealth in this country. I completely agree. We need new, younger, more energetic leaders.
How many times can you say younger? I think he thinks if you just say younger, you're going to get voters.
Get that too, and we got to effectively fight Trump. So you've got that, but then when you look at some of these Democratic socialists that are running, their ideology is vastly more radical than that. And you see that in expressing support for communism, in expressing support for open borders, defunding the police, a fundamental attack on America itself and the premises behind it. And so it's dangerous that people come in saying, hey, I'm going to fight Trump, I'm new, I'm going to get after income inequality, but they're pushing ideas and agendas that are not popular in this country and, frankly, not good policy. on immigration enforcement again, on criminal justice, on the basic concept of personal responsibility, accountability, and economic opportunity. So it is a significant challenge for our coalition.
It'd be really interesting. I mean, this is what he's saying on CNN. It'd be really interesting to hear the backroom conversations, the ones that they're having where they know that they're not being recorded. Like, what are they actually feeling? That's a pretty stark warning that he's giving, and he's not wrong that, all of the the communism, that's a bad thing. Americans don't like communism. So if you have one party that's leaning into it, that's not going to play. That might play well on the left coast, and it might play well in parts of New York. Not going to play well in the rest of the country. And that's going to have ramifications during the midterms for sure. Listen to this. Some of these more radical ideas. This is a socialist. How do you pronounce her name, Jacob? Is it Melat Kiros?
Sounds like a good guess to me. Sorry.
She is, I believe she's 29 years old, and she just won the Colorado Democratic primary. She's, obviously going to be a bright star going forward. This is her take on what caused 9/11. Listen to this.
Do you believe that the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America were the inevitable consequence of American foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response. And again, just like I said before, our responsibility is to getting rid of those conditions that lead to violence in the first place.
If you play that for any normal person, they're going to have a lot of problems with a lot of the stuff that she just said. We don't have time to break that all down here, but that's a wild statement. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We're going to talk World Cup and so much more when we come back. Don't miss a second of it. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than a tear out. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Stop waiting. We're having a trade-in sale. You'll save $30 per door and drawer front off the cost of your new kitchen. Count them up and see how much you'll save. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these 3 books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your family, your phone, and your furry friends with life, electronic device, and pet health insurance.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM, and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In North Dakota, President Trump toured the Theodore Roosevelt Library in Medora, ahead of now delivering remarks at the opening ceremony. The president arriving on the new Air Force One gifted from Qatar. ABC's Selena Wang with more.
There's been bipartisan concern over the conflicts of interest here, the ethical, the legal, the national security concerns. Remember, this is a $400 million gift from Qatar. This is likely the largest gift ever from a foreign government. And the Pentagon has spent the last year as well as hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money to retrofit this plane and do the necessary security upgrades to make sure that it's fit for use by the President of the United States.
In New York City, a couple scaled the Empire State Building's spire today in what appeared to be a protest that ended in a proposal, both now facing charges. A heat dome bearing down on much of the country with dangerous triple-digit field temperatures, raising the risk of life-threatening conditions. This is ABC News. Voters in yesterday's Colorado primary race choosing a progressive newcomer over a 15-term Democratic incumbent. Here's ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
The result in the Denver area district ends the congressional career of Diana DeGette, who has served in the House since 1997. She was defeated by a challenger who was born that same year. Milat Kiros, who emigrated from Ethiopia as an infant, is the latest member of the Democratic Socialists of America to oust a Democratic incumbent. Republicans point to Kiros' comment in a local news interview that the 9/11 attacks were an inevitable consequence of America destabilizing the Middle East.
Sweltering temperatures across more than half of the country, known as a heat dome, is also raising the health risks for millions this holiday. In New York City, the heat index, or real field temperature mixed with humidity, is expected to top the triple digits. It could be the hottest on record for the New York City area since 2010. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Well, Seattle's hosting its first knockout match of the World Cup. A live report from the stadium after Ted Beener at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Just a few areas of slowing to report, and they include around the Stadium District and Pioneer Square for that World Cup game that just kicked off. Other slowdowns involve southbound I-5 from Northgate into downtown. Now, southbound 405 has got merge slowing around the I-90 interchange. Otherwise, traffic is moving pretty well throughout the Puget Sound region, including the Lake Bridges. Drive times, Everett to Seattle is just 32 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, 15 minutes. Your Seattle to Tacoma drive is now close to 40 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia has risen to 38 minutes. Also, heading south, Renton to Puyallup, that drive time is holding steady at 33 minutes. And if you're heading north, your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive times, both of those are around a half hour. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the Patriotic Show, July 3rd. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. It is match time. Fans have yet again packed Seattle Stadium for the World Cup. Jillian Raftery live outside the Senegal versus Belgium match. Jillian?
I will never get over the roar of the crowd, Aaron, as the national anthems come over the loudspeaker and the incredible excitement of the fans racing into the stadium. And they are still trickling in. It's more subdued today. It looks like this may be the first non-sellout crowd that we've had at Seattle Stadium for these matches. However, there are many more locals here and a whole lot of families.
My name is Aisha. I'm 8 years old.
Are you so excited?
Yeah. This is my first FAL World game. I'm really excited. Yeah, I hope they win. Go Senegal!
Aisha's family is originally from Senegal, and they say they could not believe it when they found out Senegal was going to play right here in Seattle. I've talked to a lot of Senegalese families and a lot of families whose roots are from Africa, Ethiopia, Tanzania. All of them want to support the African team that's playing here. Live in Pioneer Square, I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. And again, the match just kicking off a few minutes ago. Right now, 0-0 or 0-0. Seattle and King County taking back control of more than $160 million in contracts from the Regional Homelessness Authority. Agency will manage only federal funds, local control set to be fully restored by January. Recent audit revealed $13 million in taxpayer funds were mismanaged amid a growing $45 million deficits. Washington State Patrol says it needs your help as it investigates a drive-by shooting along SR 509 near Cloverdale. Driver called 911 to report someone in the back seat of a red Jeep fired shots at his white Dodge Ram pickup Monday night. Trooper Rick Johnson says the driver was not hurt, but his truck has a bullet hole in it.
We don't know the driver or passengers or the male that fired the weapon. So that's what we're trying to do. So we don't know if it's road rage or not.
Victims, we have a picture of the Jeep, which you can see at mynorthwest.com. You're asked to contact the State Patrol if you have any information. And to your forecast now, mostly cloudy skies with some sun breaks beginning to emerge over Elliott Bay. Right now, 62 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. I'm flying solo today, so I'm just pulling people in left and right to hang out. Aaron Granillo.
Hey, Jake.
Hang out for a minute.
Okay, I'm here.
All right, I want to talk about the World Cup. It's happening right now. People, if they're interested in watching it, then you're watching it. Yeah. So I'm not scaring the audience away. If you guys are not interested, then hopefully you will be interested in us talking about it for just a second. Belgium fans. I saw this clip. I want to play this clip. Belgium fans. Belgium. I was going to say Belgian fans. I guess technically that would be correct, too.
Fans of Belgium, yeah.
Fans of Belgium, or they might be Belgian.
There you go.
We're speaking to, this is KIRO TV, and they were, because there's this question, like, what kind of a city is Seattle for somebody who comes in here? You know, are we a warm city? Are we a good, like, what is the Seattle thing? The Seattle freeze?
Yeah.
We're cold people.
Yeah.
We don't welcome people into our friend groups easily. It's apparently not true for tourists. Here's what this guy had to say.
Seattle is a very welcoming city. We really like the water. It's cool that it's close to the coast. And everyone said Vancouver is a way more nicer city than Seattle, but we think it's the other way around.
We think it's the other way around.
Nice.
It is nice.
Was he talking about the drinking water or the
Oh, that's a good question.
The water's good here, too.
You know, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
He might not be talking about the people in Seattle. He could just be talking about our drinking water.
Yeah.
Now, Belgium, if they win this game against Senegal, then they come back and they play against the U.S.
They would be here, yeah. They would stay. I don't know where. They've been practicing down in Renton, I want to say.
Oh, are they
at the Sounders?
Is it the Starfire?
Facility.
Is that what it's called?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's that's a good draw for them, actually, because they played. This would be if they win this game and they get to come back, they play 3 games at Seattle Stadium.
Yeah, it's like a sister city for them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually really beneficial to the team that they don't have to keep traveling. Because I can't imagine that's helpful when you're ramping up for these games.
But hopefully, if the U.S. wins tonight, I mean, it's a pretty short flight from San Francisco, right? So, they're
a hometown crowd,
right? And I assume they're practicing in California. I don't honestly know where
You would
US
have to because of the
Yeah.
weather. You'd want like the most favorable weather.
Yeah, but you would assume Belgium would stick where they are right now. And UW's soccer facilities, they've been hosting some teams as well when they've been practicing.
Okay.
So
it's very exciting. So if they play, when the U.S. plays tonight, they're playing Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Nice.
And that game kicks off at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently tickets for I was surprised that this game happening right now was not sold out. I would have assumed that just because of the bigness of the game and the fact that we don't ever get World Cup games, it would have been sold out, but whatever.
It was also one of the cheaper matches as well. Last I checked, it was like, well, today it was about $500 to get in, but earlier this week, I was seeing tickets for like low fours.
Really?
Yeah, for a knockout match in the World Cup.
I wouldn't pay it.
Yeah.
That's too much for me. 400 something bucks?
It's the World Cup. Once in a lifetime.
To watch a Belgian? No, thank you.
It's the environment.
Yeah.
Senegalese as well.
I don't know. I couldn't enjoy it because I'd be adding it up the entire time as I'm sitting there. I would. I mean, if it's a Team US, super fun.
Then
But
you're paying like
these two rando countries.
You'd be paying like $2,500 to see the U.S.
What are those tickets going to go for? Do they have an estimate on those?
I don't know.
Because those are already. That was a TBD game.
Yeah,
on the schedule originally.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about if the USA
If the U.S.
plays.
wins tonight, and then they come
So-
back to Seattle on the July 6th.
I know today's match, it was about $2,500 was the cheapest seat for the round of 32.
The Seattle Times article might be a little dated now. They were saying like $1,700 for that speculative next one, but if it's the U.S., they are expecting that to
They're
go
gonna
bonkers.
skyrocket. Yeah. Can you imagine if you had bought one of those tickets? Because it's kind of a risk, like
Mhm.
a TBD ticket. You don't know who's going to be playing, and then you find out, like, hey, it's going to be Team U.S. That's like a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
you can
no
sell that
kidding.
for quick.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the news that if the Team U.S. advances to the July 6th game in Seattle, that King County International Airport? Why do they call it King County International Airport?
That's what it's called.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's a
SeaTac?
No, Boeing Field. King County International Airport. It's
Wait a
not
minute.
SeaTac Airport. King County International Airport is Boeing Field.
Oh, it's not SeaTac.
Correct.
It's the one north of SeaTac.
You got it. Along I-5 there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Air Force One might fly in because Trump might attend the game, or J.D. Vance, one of those guys might come to the game. And if they do, they've informed local, like small airlines that they may be limited in their ability. Like Kenmore Air has put out this thing. Kenmore Air says, we've been advised by King County Airport that there's a possibility of a presidential or vice presidential temporary flight restriction if the U.S. team reaches the round of 16. But we don't know if that's going to happen.
Sully was joking in the newsroom that Trump's flying in so he can announce that he's buying the Seahawks.
Oh, my gosh.
At Lumen Field.
That would be...
Oh, boy. That would go over well.
That would go over well.
Yeah.
Okay, here, like, in all seriousness.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
You know?
Wouldn't it be hilarious?
What your definition of hilarious is, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that be, is there more of a town than Seattle that, like, is more unfriendly to Trump? As much as they shouldn't be, like, you know.
It kind of feels like he'd be flying in just to kind of give a middle finger to, like, the commuters
Oh,
here.
for
you
sure.
know? To be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to close on all the roads on World Cup match day. Yeah. Why not?
Why not? Why not? Did you guys see, are you aware of who Freddie is? Freddie, the famous World Cup viral fan who became famous because he went to a Buc-ee's?
I've seen many of those Buc-ee's videos, but not Freddie specifically.
So he kind of kicked off the World Cup viral fan thing, of which there have been many. Here's a little sampling for anybody who's unawares. I think that one of the funnest parts of the World Cup, you just can't possibly watch all the games. I mean, I think this is the 82nd or 83rd game that is happening right now on TV, but you can watch viral videos of, and also who has 90 minutes plus stoppage time to watch all these things. But you can watch a Scottish man wearing a kilt go crazy in a Boston bar, and you can watch as a bunch of Norwegians row up an escalator. You can do that in 10 seconds, which is why these viral videos are going crazy. Here is, let's see, this is Oliver Henry. He's talking about Europeans owe Americans an apology. He's happy to be at the World Cup.
We owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Everyone is so friendly, everyone is so accommodating, and I've honestly had the best time. I fly home Sunday and the English have a song where we say, please don't take me home, I just don't want to go to work. let me stay here and drink all your beer. And I've never resonated with that song more than in America for this World Cup. I wish I could stay and finish the tournament watching England. So if anyone is out there that can help me make this happen, then please let me know. I want nothing more than to stay in the USA, finish the World Cup, and meet more fantastic Americans.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for America.
Good for America. And he's experiencing what it's like to be an American every single day. This is what I feel like every single day.
Do you?
Best country in the world. I do. I love it here.
Yeah.
It's
I do
great.
too. Yeah.
Every time I go anywhere else, I'm always like, thank God I get to go back to America. It's nice. Other countries are nice.
For sure.
Like, I really enjoy Italy.
Yeah.
That's a fun time. They've got great food. You can eat as much as you want over there, and you never get fat because their ingredients are really healthy.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. But I'm always very happy to come back to America.
I'm with you.
Up in Canada. Even when I go up to Canada, like I'll just like jump over the border into Vancouver for some reason. Then I get back to America and I bend down and I kiss the soil. Even if it's only been an hour, I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Here's a Scottish man talking about how much he enjoyed drinking Boston under the table.
Mate, Boston's been incredible. We've done the tour, we've done the Fenway Park, we've done the Cheers Bar, then we've also brought the party, right? No Scotland.
Can you understand a word he's saying? I can't. Can you translate this for me?
Party. Exactly. Brilliant, man. Yeah, for sure. Beautiful city. But the party's happening tomorrow night. In Scotland, beat Haiti. That's when the party starts. We're going to beat them.
Local US soccer.
2-0, 3-0. Let's go 2-0.
Yeah,
2-0 Scotland. Shankland's going to score. You heard it here first.
Is Scotland? They're not in it anymore,
I believe
right?
they were eliminated.
Yeah.
Too bad.
It is too bad. They made quite an impact. I think the Scottish actually, like two big standouts have come out of the World Cup, and that would be Scottish people and ranch dressing.
Yes.
Ranch dressing is world famous now. I'm shocked that they didn't have ranch dressing. That's one of the things. Like, we're seeing a lot of stuff through their eyes, and they're all shocked at ranch dressing. How is it that they were unaware of this?
I guess they don't. Do they sell it in Europe? I honestly don't know.
The Washington Post story suggests that they can find it, but they're pretty small
Very
bottles.
niche.
Yeah. Not a popular product.
Yeah,
They
I know.
don't
Like the
drink it
true
like we do.
Italians will be offended if you ask for like ranch with your pizza, though. I know that.
Have they ever had ranch with pizza?
Well,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
Spike told me a story. He knew the history of ranch dressing, which is a
course he
strange thing
does.
to know.
Yeah.
But apparently, it was created by like a cook at a mining outfit or something up in Alaska, or like a forestry something. I don't know, one of the stuff up in Alaska, and a big portion of the year they have to eat meat that's basically, it's very gamey, because they're eating moose, things like that. And so he had come up with, he just was looking for different ingredients to spice things up a little bit. He sounds like a good cook. He takes pride in his work. And so he's trying to spice things up for the guys to make it a little more exciting, so it's not just eating the same, old moose chunks every night. And he comes up with, he's got all these herbs and seasonings, and he's like, what if I took mayonnaise and I took some milk? I think it's, what's the...
Dill? I don't know.
I don't know. What's the milk? What's the...
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Oh, buttermilk, sure.
Milk, buttermilk, and all this stuff, and we mix it all together, and he creates this thing. And all the guys were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. We're up here mining for gold or cutting down trees, whatever we're doing. But the real treasure is this ranch dressing that you've created. And so he and his wife decide that they've got something special, and so they decide to take it down stateside. And so they come down to the, lower 48, and they start making this in mass, and they build this great company, and now that's Hidden Valley Ranch.
No kidding.
Yes.
Based in started in Alaska.
It started in like some sort of a camp. You could probably look this up.
But
And this is all secondhand from Spike,
where Hidden Valley is?
who we've established just makes stuff up all the time. So none of that could be true.
So Hidden Valley was in Alaska.
I don't know.
Nebraska-born plumber. Yeah, while working in Alaska, apparently.
What was the crew he was working on? Was it trees, or was it oil? Probably oil.
I don't know.
Sorry,
we'll get there eventually.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Give me more time.
Here's another British person reacting to our cereal aisles. We have an abundance here in America, which is the best. We have so many options. We have the best country in the world because we've got cereal.
America, why oh why have you got so many cereal choices? It's unreal.
Stupid question.
Yeah, I got Fruit Loops here. I don't even think Fruit Loops are legal in the UK. Look at those colours. I've never seen cereal as bright fluorescent colours as that before. 100% straight chemical that in it. Just realised it's not this entire row behind me is cereal. You've also got this side as well. Insane. I've just got to a section of bagged cereal. What the? Never seen cereal in a bag the size of my entire torso before.
What's the value cereal? That's what he's looking at right there. Those are the big value cereals.
The off-brand stuff.
The off-brand stuff, yeah.
I thought Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was trying to do away with all those
They
dyes.
have.
Yeah.
The companies have a certain amount of time for compliance because obviously they've got a lot of product and it takes some time to jimmy rig those systems. But a lot of them have. Like we're drinking Gatorades at our house now. Our Gatorades now are all natural colors.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it look as good?
No, not at all. It's not nearly as appealing.
Does it taste different?
Tastes great.
Okay.
Don't even notice the difference.
Have you noticed? I saw this in the chip aisle recently. It's like naked Doritos. Have you seen those?
Naked brand?
Well, no, they're Doritos, but without any color on them.
I mean, is it made by? I guess it would be made by Dorito.
It is Doritos, but there's no color.
So it just looks like a chip.
It looks like a white chip,
like a corn chip.
Yep.
It's just a seasoning blend that they're putting on it, but it's like it is a strange color when you think about it.
Yeah. Definitely not
bringing
natural.
a band back to Cool Ranch dressing.
There you go.
Does he get a chunk of that? Does that guy get a chunk of the Cool Ranch? I bet you he does.
That is a great question. It was he was a plumbing contractor. Not as cool for some reason as the other.
He was in Alaska,
in Anchorage, yeah.
But he wasn't at a mining camp.
No, plumbing contracting.
I literally verbatim told that story that Spike told. None of that was true. They weren't eating moose.
Some of it was. I don't know about the other stuff. I
What's
only know
a plumbing
the
contractor? So he's not a cook that's trying to like entertain the men.
I mean, I think he had work crews, but they were
plumbing.
Sounds
crews.
like they were doing plumbing. Yeah.
We should double check when Spike says stuff. I'm gonna ask him about that when he comes back because that sounded like a very romantic, cool story. Like I'm imagining. Did you guys ever watch? What was the one where they're digging for gold? Gold Rush. You ever watch Gold Rush?
No.
You've never seen Gold Rush?
Never seen it.
With the glory hole? No.
Do I want to see that?
No. It's like they call it the glory hole because it's a hole that's full of gold.
Okay.
And they're looking for it.
Okay.
You've never seen that?
Never seen it. What is this? Is it on a streaming platform? Is it old?
Do you know what Gold Rush is?
Like I know what the actual Gold Rush was. Yeah.
No, the TV show Gold Rush, which has been on for like 15 seasons.
No.
All right.
Sorry.
It's a bunch of guys from this is 2008ish or 9ish when they started the thing, and it's a bunch of guys from Oregon who were like out of work, and it was during the Great Recession, and they all go up to Alaska to hunt for gold, chase the American dream, like a second gold rush. And they go up there. The fun part of the show is, and I don't know where it's available. I think it might be on Discovery.
It's a real
it's like a reality show.
Okay.
They're complete idiots, and they don't know what they're doing. They're actually really nice guys. I don't mean like in a defamatory way. They're not actual idiots. They don't know what they're doing, and so they have to gain all of this knowledge and skill, but you're watching them fail like in real time. And it's very entertaining. They seem like nice guys, and they have some varying versions of success, but a lot of it just kind of goes haywire. I'm just surprised you haven't heard of the show.
I've never heard of it.
Really?
No. I'm not
in my
up
household.
on a lot of like trendy reality TV shows, though.
Yeah.
So
well, it's kind of old now, but you should check it out.
Yeah.
Freddie, we mentioned Freddie a second ago. Freddie, the World Cup tourist from Germany. This is kind of an interesting thing. He has canceled he got a massive following. Millions and millions of people were following as he toured around the Southwest or the South. He was here supporting his German team. Now, Germany's obviously gone home, so that could be one of the reasons that he's no longer doing this. But he was posting all this stuff online, and he got really famous when he went into a Buc-ee's. And he took all these pictures of a Buc-ee's. And Buc-ee's had like 36 fill-up stations, and they had like a carving station for nachos inside or something wild. And he's like, his European mind couldn't comprehend it. And so he was posting joyously, like, look at all of this abundance that they have in America. And we as Americans, we saw that. We're like, oh, this is delightful. Like, we like it. And now this is what he just posted recently as he canceled his account. He says, hi, everyone. Just wanted to let you all know why I deactivated my account. Number one, this was the plan all along, even before we started the World Cup trip. Number two, too many people seem to have a problem with us having a genuinely good time here in the country. And this is ruining the fun a bit for us because we really just wanted to document our road trip and never expected that people would have a problem with it. Number three, people are digging into my 22,000 posts to find a handful of, in their opinion, controversial posts and post them with zero context to make me look like a bad person. Also, I've seen that some people are upset that it's not our first time here in the U.S., which is surprising to me because I have replied to many people. Basically, he came to some of the other tourist spots. Like he went to New York, L.A., and Vegas. That's the only places he's been. But he's never been to the South. He's never seen a Buc-ee's. So they were thinking he was being disingenuous in his coverage. They also didn't like that he was liking America. People were posting and not liking that he was celebrating the country.
And this guy's from England?
This guy's from Germany.
Germany, okay.
Yeah. So whatever. He's
Well,
canceled it.
Germany lost in the World Cup. So, there's that.
That is true. So he may have just gotten kind of bummed out about it.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, we got a lot more coming up. Thank you, Aaron, for hanging out for a few minutes. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We have a lot more to discuss when we come back, and so we will. Stick around. We'll be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
You have a whole bunch of people getting on, not paying. Imagine this on a bus. You get on the bus, you got your little stupid card that you paid for, and you swipe it, and then the seat folds down and you can sit down. There's no standing. So if you get on and you don't have a little card, whoop, there's no place for you to sit. Whoosh, out the back.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
He flew fighter jets in 2 wars and taught you how to drive a car. He fed everyone on the block, but never shared his secret recipes. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage. The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorpsConnect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-4194. 800-488-4194. That's 800-488-4194.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It's another World Cup match day here in Seattle, this time featuring Belgium and Senegal. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery live outside the stadium. Jillian.
The game is underway, and a lot of people are clustered around the stadium, just soaking in the vibes. We've seen a lot of more local families here for this game, excited to witness history and cheer on teams that represent their roots.
We're enjoying watching everybody walk around. We love the jerseys. We love seeing Seattle inundated by all these different people from all over the world.
That was Becky, who was outside the stadium with her son, Tom. They are one of those people that are just here for the vibes. They were here standing, kind of watching through this gap in the fence that shows you part of the crowd and also the score of the game. They said they were going to go to the watch party afterward. I will note, I said there are a lot more locals here than other games, and that is true. There are a lot more people with jerseys from all over Africa, like Tanzania, Ethiopia, saying they're so excited to see a team from Africa play in the Seattle Stadium, and they're rooting for Senegal, hoping that the next game will be Senegal and the U.S. next week. Live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. By the way, Senegal just scored up 1-0 in the 31st minute now. Meantime, some Chinatown International District leaders say their neighborhoods is missing out on this World Cup boost. CID businesses say sales are down about 22%. Mayor Katie Wilson says the benefit the city's getting from the matches is not being spread around as much as they'd hoped.
Getting people to really branch out and patronize businesses around the city, it's a lift.
Gary Lee is a neighborhood advocate for the CID. He accused the mayor of turning the CID into what he calls a human dumping ground.
She sent homeless drug addicts into our community, so soccer fans would not have to see them in downtown, the waterfront, or Park Place Market.
A community rally is planned Monday at Hinghay Park. They are calling on the mayor to join them. She says if she can make it, she will be there. And now to the closing bell reports. On Wall Street today, a down day. The Dow lost 14 points. NASDAQ off 174. S&P 500 lost 16 points. And now to the real-time traffic desk at 1:32. Checking in with Ted Wiener.
All right, thanks, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by Global Credit Union. On southbound I-5 in Fife near 54th, got a crash that's over on the right shoulder. On the other side of the freeway, traffic is bunched up as you go through Fife, around the curve, and up the hill to State Route 18. About a 5-minute delay there. Other slowdowns include southbound I-5 from 85th into downtown and now through Olympia to 101. And southbound 405 also slows around the I-90 interchange. Also, on eastbound 516, just west of the West Valley Highway, we've got a crash that's partially blocking the right lane. Some drive times heading north Seattle or Bellevue to Everett, those drive times are both right around a half hour. Heading south, Everett to Seattle is 30 minutes. Your Bellevue to Renton drive time is just 15 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that drive is now up to 45 minutes, and Tacoma to Olivia is 38 minutes. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time has risen close to 40 minutes. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. I'm Ted Wiener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Thank you, Ted. Now to your forecast. We are seeing mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, but also a few sun breaks now starting to peek through, with highs today in the low to mid 60s, currently 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. A couple really important things to get to this segment. We're going to talk about some Hollywood stuff. Should be entertaining as you head into this 4th of July weekend. For many of you, it's going to be a long weekend. You're going to have a lot of time on your hands to blow stuff up and watch TV. I'd be interested to see what you guys are watching. You can hit me up at the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476. Taylor Sheridan, creator of Yellowstone, he's got like 27 shows on TV right now. He's so prolific. Most of them are good. One of them I'm not a huge fan of, but I've watched almost everything else that he's done. He was on the Ringer podcast, and he was talking about how he deals with studio executives, stuff like that. We'll get into that in just a second. And then we also have a Seattle food staple is the best. Is this right, Jacob? It's the best hot dog in the country?
According to the people over at New York Times Wirecutter.
What do they know?
One of them is a professional chef.
Is he really?
Celebrity chef, yeah. So
Chef Jose Andres.
That's right.
And they basically had like a World Cup bracket style showdown with hot dogs and
a bunch of regional hot dogs from 8 different places: New York, Detroit, Cincinnati, West Virginia, Kansas City, and one from Arizona. And they said
Chicago. Chicago dog.
Yes.
And Seattle won? Seattle won the best hot dog in America?
According to these 3 people at Wirecutter, yeah.
Okay. We're going to play a little bit of this. This is the intro to the Seattle dog. So when I'm assuming there's some sort of a stage or something set up, and they're bringing it up like a heavyweight contender?
Yeah, but they were introducing them one by one, yeah.
Okay, so they're introducing a Seattle dog. And do they describe what a Seattle dog is?
I believe so, yeah.
All right, let's hear a little bit of that, and then we're going to talk about Seattle dogs. And what is it? If you don't know what it is, stick around. We're going to tell you right now.
Today, we're lining up 8 regional hot dogs, bracket style, to see which one takes the title. This is Wirecutter Taste Test. In Seattle, we've got a toasted potato roll, spread some cream cheese, and then add a butterflied beef frank, topped with caramelized onions, sriracha, spicy brown mustard, and sliced jalapenos.
Okay, so are all these things required for it to be a Seattle dog? Does it have to have sriracha on it?
That's what's interesting to me. I feel like they took some liberties. I think of the classic Seattle dog as it definitely has cream cheese on it and onions, usually caramelized. Beyond that, I think this is up to taste.
They're churching it up too much.
You can add whatever, usually these guys on the street, that's where you're 90% of people are eating Seattle dogs are drunk on the street after they've gotten out of the bars.
That's true.
You can put whatever you want on there. I would say, again, I'm not the definitive person on this, but that it's got to have cream cheese on it. It's got to have onions.
Question for you.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ate a Seattle dog?
I had one last night, actually. I
knew the answer to that.
I don't eat them that often.
Yeah, you do. You have one every day.
My siblings took me to the A$AP Rocky concert at Climate Pledge last night, and outside.
Is that how it's pronounced?
A$AP Rocky? I might have said it wrong. Yeah, A$AP.
Like Aesop's Fables or Aesop?
No,
ASAP.
like ASAP.
ASAP. Like as soon as possible, Rocky. ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP.
That's his name, or his artist name.
Okay.
So they've got him set up all out of. They know their market. Their demographic.
Sure.
People coming out of those concerts want Seattle
They're going to
dogs,
be not super sober when they come out of that concert.
For example, again, to speak to how much latitude there is and like what counts as a Seattle dog, mine was bacon wrapped, which they didn't even, they didn't add that to this.
So
one.
it had cream cheese. Has to have cream cheese.
Cream cheese. Caramelized onions. There was some other like peppers on mine as well, and the guy threw sauce. Honestly, it seemed like every sauce he had, he put on mine.
Were you completely sober at the time?
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, so you were happy to take whatever he gave you.
I was, I was just delighted to be eating a hot dog.
I've had them before. I wouldn't say I'm surprised that it's the best dog in the country. Were the judges drunk when they were making this decision?
They didn't seem so to me. No, they're pretty sober minded about this.
They're
whole thing.
okay. They're all right. I never, like, the first time I ever had one was when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was like, "Oh, you got to have one of these." I didn't know it was a Seattle dog. I thought it was just a delightful invention up in Pullman. Yeah. I had one in Pullman, and somebody gave me a hot dog with cream cheese. I was like, "What are you putting cream cheese on it? That's weird." And it's all right.
It's really polarizing. I think that's among the reasons this is making the headlines. Obviously, we care about it here because it's the Seattle dog and everything. But cream cheese on a hot dog, not a normal. I don't know. People find it off-putting sometimes, like the coldness of it, I think, is the thing. On a warm hot dog, that kind of throws you. I'm pretty adventurous when it comes to hot dogs. Red Hot in Tacoma, I don't know if they still sell it, but they used to have peanut butter and bacon on a hot dog together.
I don't know about peanut butter.
It's unusual, but
good?
I still enjoyed it.
I enjoyed chili dog a great deal.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
There's some examples, if my second choice from the list of competitors that they looked at, I like it pretty simple, and I think West Virginia Slaw Dog might get me there. Just yellow mustard, diced onion, chili sauce, and coleslaw. I guess the coleslaw is a little bit weird. Anyway,
that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This is the judges reacting to the Seattle dog, which again was everybody's favorite.
You know what I love? That before you bite, as you are bringing the hot dog into your mouth and the proximity with the nose, the freshness, grassy aromas of the jalapenos are already telling you, "Hello, baby, here I am." And then you bite, the spiciness comes quick, but very, very fast, the sweetness of the onion.
The hot dog itself.
My mouth is watering listening to him describe hot dogs. It sounds so good. Do you ever watch Chef's Table? You ever seen Chef's Table?
Oh yeah, a few episodes. Yeah,
that's like an addictive show to watch.
It's kind of soothing too.
It's very soothing. You're right. They do film it in a very pleasing way. It's very peaceful. It's like there's just it's a beautiful show, but it really captures, like this chef is talking about, when the hot dog's coming at you, you can it's hitting your senses, which is it's not just the taste. You're like, a big part of when you eat stuff, I don't know if you do this, but when I eat stuff, my wife hates it, but like I'll smell it before I eat it. I'll make a show of smelling it.
Yeah,
I'll lean in because I want, I'm warming up the palate.
Yeah.
And then I'll bite it after that so that I'm getting the full experience. But if you're not doing that, then you're missing out on 45% of the taste.
Yeah. It's important to the process. It's funny.
You got to smell
like
stuff,
I would be
Jacob.
Embarrassed to do. I'll smell wine and beer, which is maybe even equally pretentious.
Nice. Smelling
but
wine, smelling beer is okay.
How do you? I feel like if my dad was doing that as a kid,
who cares
I'd
what
make,
they think? Because you pay for their life. That's the other thing you'll discover when you have kids.
You don't have to worry about.
You don't have to
their opinion of you.
Who cares about? You want to care about the big stuff, like if they feel like you're a bad parent. But if they're embarrassed by you,
yeah, that's great.
Throw that one out the window.
Okay.
Not the kid, but the complaint.
Are you holding it up to you? Or are you putting your face down?
I'll lean down to it. Depends on the weight of it. If it's a burrito and I'm already holding it in my hands, that's an easy smell. But if it's a plate of something, I will lean down. And sometimes I understand that it's embarrassing. Like if we're in a nice restaurant, which is not, I don't do that a ton, but I do that.
But that's almost where you should be doing it.
Because that's part of the process. Like you talk to these chefs, like there's one of my favorite things in Chef's Table is they're feeding your senses. They're not just feeding you like what you put in your mouth. They want the whole experience to be like this enriching experience. And one of the guys, this is wild, he makes a pillow. You may not have, did you see this one? He makes and these are like Michigan stars. They're Michigan starred chefs. So they're not very good.
They should do that in Michigan. Just to screw with us.
We have 4 Michigan stars. It's they're Michelin starred chefs, and so they're looking for anything they can do to like enhance your food experience. And this guy, who actually, I forget his name, but this guy actually doesn't have a sense of smell.
Oh yeah.
He lost his sense of smell, and he had cancer or something crazy.
Yeah.
And so what he does, though, for the customer who comes in, he has these pillows that he puts underneath the plate. And they have tiny little holes in them. And then he fills up the pillow with smoke.
Okay.
Like a flavored smoke. So in this sense, he was doing like a rosemary flavored smoke, or it might have been like whatever the smoke was. So that every time you took a bite and put pressure on the plate or you cut your piece, the weight of it would push the smoke out.
Crazy.
And then that would be part of the sensory experience of eating the food.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. These people are brilliant, and it's interesting that the show is soothing because they lead such stressful lives. If you believe the depictions on things like the bear,
it looks awful. Yeah. Like I don't know who would ever do that job. Just like vicious alcoholics.
Oh, no.
It just looks very tough. But the Seattle Dog won, which is good for them.
Yep.
When we come back, we didn't get a chance to get to this, so we should get into this when we come back. Taylor Sheridan, who's got 1 million shows on TV, talks about that process. Kind of interesting. I'm fascinated by this stuff. And then also there's, you found this story, Jacob, which I thought was really interesting. The least logical fashion rule. We're light today with stuff. Not like we have a lot of stuff to cover, but like some of the stuff we're doing that's fun because it's 4th of July week. We're celebrating, so we're having some fun. Stick around. We got all that, so much more coming up. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
State Senator Jamie Peterson drafted one of the state's most progressive taxes to date, the income tax on millionaires.
Engaging conversation.
We pay teachers the 4th highest of any state in the country.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
The Seahawks, they're bringing it home again.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
Moving into Aegis was one of the best decisions I ever made because I became connected with lots of friends.
This is my friend Susie, and we haven't known each other very long. We just kind of clicked.
She found this wonderful place, and so that I moved in. One thing we both like, we watch football games. I'm a tight end girl myself.
Aegis Living has been trusted for nearly 30 years to deliver award-winning care in luxury senior living. Visit aegisliving.com/KIRO and see for yourself.
Since 1968, families across Western Washington have trusted State Roofing and Exteriors for all their home improvement needs. Hi, this is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. That's over 55 years of protecting homes, fixing what matters, and standing by our work. We've been here for generations. We're local, trusted, and here to stay. When you want a roof that lasts, and a company that does too, choose the team that's held to a higher standard since 1968. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Your local Bryant dealer can make sure your system is up to the task. Whether it's maintaining your current system or installing an energy-efficient Bryant Evolution cooling system with perfect Humidity Plus technology, your dealer will give you what you need to help your family beat the heat. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. That's BryantNorthwest.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
2 years ago, my office launched a major media campaign to identify key witness to our client's bicycle accident, which we later settled for $10 million. Because when we accept a case, we don't rest until we do everything possible to improve our client's chance of recovery. We're one of only a few firms in the state with an in-house investigation team building our clients' cases. So when you hire Davis Law Group, you don't just get a dedicated and award-winning legal team. You get our commitment to better service and even better results. Request a free consultation today at 206-888-8888.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
Nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all. Sound like your home? Then call for your free inspection.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Check out the Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley's new location at 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Stock up now for your 4th and enjoy great food at Firecracker Alley. 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Open now through July 4th.
All right, welcome back to the show. Over long weekends, people have the opportunity to do a lot of stuff. You can hang out with your family, which I hope you're going to get a chance to do. And you can also watch some of the 25 million options that you have for really, really high-quality streaming television shows and movies that you'll never have a chance in your lifetime to catch up on. And 50% of those offerings come from Taylor Sheridan, who is... I don't know how this guy puts out so many TV shows. I don't know how he puts out so many TV shows that are good. He's got a really interesting backstory, too. Do you know much about his backstory, Jacob? The creator of Yellowstone and all these other things?
He started late, right? As a
did.
writer?
Yeah.
Maybe not till he was 40 or something.
Yes.
I'm a fan of, I think, his first movie, Sicario.
Sicario, phenomenal. So he was an actor who was having like middling success, but not like, he wasn't like a leading man. And I believe he was on a show called Sons of Anarchy, if I don't have that wrong. And basically he was a working actor. He's making money at it, not a ton of money, but he's making enough to, that's his career. But it just wasn't getting to the next level. And he wanted some more success and basically was told like, well, there's a lot of people who can replace you. You're not that valuable to us. So he's like, okay, well then I got to find an area where I am going to be valuable. I can write. And so he writes Sicario, which ended up getting directed by, I forget who directed that.
Villeneuve. Denis?
Is it Denis Villeneuve? Yeah. It's a phenomenal movie. It's so good. Emily Blunt, very, very good movie. So he writes that, and then he does Wind River, which is really good, Hell or High Water, which is really good, all this stuff. And then he comes out with Yellowstone, which is a smash hit, massive success, just like reintroduces the Western genre to TV audiences, modern Western genre. But then Yellowstone ends, and then he has all these offshoots. And not only when he was doing Yellowstone, he also had other shows that were happening. He's got the pre-Yellowstone shows. He's got the 1883. He's got the 1823. He's got Lioness, which is not a Yellowstone adjacent show. It's just another show that he's done. He's got Mayor of Kingstown, which stars Jeremy Renner, who was, his star in Wind River. He's got Yellowstone. The offshoots of Yellowstone are now U.S. Marshals and the Dutton Ranch and probably 5 more that I'm not even remembering. And so he was talking about like, well, how do you do all this? He was on the Ringer podcast.
And it didn't used to be this way when Steve McQueen was a movie star.
He's talking about how you deal with studio executives.
At Paramount, right? And Bobby Evans ran the studio because writers were turned loose, directors were turned completely loose. There weren't endless rewrites. There weren't meetings with executives about tone and mood and all this nonsense, right? And then you didn't have a lot of people. And by the way, the studio executives and the network executives group in the industry, right? These are marketing executives for the most part. Or maybe they studied law, whatever. Then they came and they got a job in the mailroom at CAA or WME and hated that. And so then they ended up as an intern at some network. And then through attrition, they find themselves the head of development. Well, what do you know about developing story? You know nothing. So they get terrified, panicked, that the audience won't get it.
So he basically says, at his level now, he's kind of reached a level where he just doesn't have to check in with these people in the same way that they have to, that other people do. And it's really interesting, too, because he details, I also heard him, he talked about something similar on Joe Rogan's podcast recently. And he was saying how it's to justify the job of a studio executive, you have all of these just tedious meetings on meetings about tone, about every single thing. They even have this thing called they will have a meeting on props. They'll have a props meeting. So at the outset of a TV show or a movie, some studio executive in Los Angeles will want to see a sampling of all the props that you're going to be using so that they can have some input into what kind of props should be used in the scene. And he's laughing about it in one of these interviews. He's like, listen, what does a studio exec know what kind of spurs should be used in a show like Yellowstone? They have no clue. But they'll still want to give an opinion on these things. But at the level he's on now, basically, winning cures all ills. And so he doesn't have to answer to these questions anymore because every time he puts out a show, it's a smash hit. And he kind of basically just do whatever he wants, which it seems like he is doing. But he does talk about his goals as a writer because he's got 50 million things that he's working on.
I'm pretty common, and I'm going to tell stories that common people are going to understand, and that's most of America. You're not going to win no Emmys with me, but I'm not trying to win Emmys. That's not my goal. My goal is to sit somebody on their couch and move them, make them think, make them laugh, scare the out of them, excite them. That's what I want to do because that's what I want from a show, right? I don't want to be preached to. I don't want someone to tell me how to think or why I shouldn't think this or should think. Look through this rectangle box and go to another world and escape.
I highly recommend. Are you watching any of his shows right now, Jacob?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Did you watch Yellowstone?
I haven't.
You should start there.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
You'll like it. It's like to give it a few episodes to get into. People always say, how many episodes, do you need to give something? It's like hours. It's hours of effort. So you'll take to it pretty quick, I think, because it's really more about environment. Mm-hmm. Like the show's fun and it's a little bit campy at times. And it's, it's like it's a drama. So it's sometimes a little silly, but you're out in Montana. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could you like a good IPA or something.
Sure.
You could enjoy a good IPA and just imagine that you're sitting out on a ranch.
Wow.
Because you're getting so much of that on the show.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice feeling.
You're really taking care of my entire sensory experience with that recommendation. Thank you.
And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a pillow and you're going to fill it with smoke. And then just every once in a while throughout the show, just let a little bit of that smoke out. You'll feel like you're sitting by a campfire.
Go back to listen to the last segment if you don't understand that joke. Yeah.
All right, we got a lot more coming up. Next, we're going to talk with the owner of a fireworks stand at Firework Alley, down in Firework Alley. I was interested in this profession as we get ramped up here for 4th of July. She's going to join us next and tell us all about it. Stick around. We'll be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear G and Ursula, weekdays 9 to noon.
What if your boss knew exactly how desperate you were for money and used that information to decide how little they were going to pay you?
Have an algorithm to pay people as low as possible? How low can we go? This has always been a thing for companies.
Because that is essentially a warning on what's called algorithmic wage discrimination.
Watch live or later on the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel.
Have you ever really thought about what happens when you can no longer care for yourself?
If you're not prepared, it's like they just ship you off to a nursing home and you may not even have considered all the options that are available to you.
After retiring, Vic attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayach at LifePoint Law, and it changed the way he planned for his future.
He talked about not running out of money, not being a burden to your family. Those are two kind of basic principles that are obviously important.
So what's Vic's advice?
You have to have a plan. You need a running start. You need to be able to understand the system. I would encourage people to consider getting educated. Rajiv has a lot of knowledge, a lot of practical experience that can be helpful.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found tax relief advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
I like it hot.
Beg your pardon?
Can you make it hot for me, Dan?
I think so.
Half heated ain't hot enough.
No.
That's why I called you.
Apollo Plumbing.
Yeah, my sorry old water heater.
Oh.
Ain't getting me the hots anymore.
You want hot water.
That's what I said.
That's what we do at Apollo Plumbing.
And you're ready?
Right now.
When can you?
How about today?
Same day?
We'll have you in hot water tonight.
Clever. How about an upgrade?
A tankless water heater would mean endless hot water.
Now you're cooking.
That's just for starters.
Starters?
How about we make it a worry-free water heater?
Worry-free?
Wrenchie's worry-free warranty.
Which covers?
Repair, service, all included.
And when it wears out?
Apollo replaces it.
No extra charge?
Nothing.
Nil?
Nada. As an Apollo A-list member, you're covered.
And payments?
To fit your budget with approved credit, of course.
And I'm hot again.
Worry-free.
That's for me.
We're on our way.
Thanks for making it hot.
We're ApolloPlumbing.com.
The Mariners are celebrating their 50th season with a legendary weekend in August. It all starts with Alumni Home Run Derby Night, August 7th, presented by Muckleshoot Casino Resort. Be here as Ichiro, Mike Cameron, and more swing for the fences in an epic post-game competition. Then on August 8th, it's 50 Season Celebration Night presented by Daktronics. Witness the largest gathering of franchise greats as the top 50 Mariners players are unveiled live at T-Mobile Park. Get tickets at mariners.com/50.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Dangerous heat alerts stretching across 16 states. New York City facing what could be the hottest heat index on record since 2010. Doctors warning about the potential signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. ABC News medical contributor Dr. Darian Sutton.
It can start early on from heat exhaustion symptoms like cramping or spasms, but that can progress into symptoms of palpitations or abnormal feelings that you're having an abnormal heart rhythm, sometimes a headache, and in the severest forms, heat stroke. That's when your body temperature is no longer able to be regulated, and that's when patients come in with a temperature over 103 degrees Fahrenheit with signs of in-organ damage.
President Trump in North Dakota for the opening ceremony of the Theodore Roosevelt Library. He traveled on the inaugural flight of the new Air Force One plane gifted by Qatar. In World Cup action tonight, the U.S. takes on Bosnia and Herzegovina in their first of the knockout rounds. And on Wall Street, stocks ended lower. This is ABC News. In California, a bill to prevent sex offenders from running for office in the state has been put on hold.
California Assembly Bill 2753 would have prohibited anyone who is or has been required to register as a sex offender from running for local elected office. It was introduced by Assemblywoman Esmeralda Soria.
This issue is critical. We have heard loud and clear from the community that we must do something.
The bill had seen wide support among lawmakers and passed the state assembly back in April, but this week it was put on hold in a California Senate committee, with members saying the bill was too broad and should only have applied to the most serious sex offenders. For now, registered sex offenders in California can run for office. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
After a blockbuster month, job creation fell off in June. Employment report from payroll processor ADP found that 98,000 jobs were added to the economy last month, down from 122,000 the prior month. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Well, it is Seattle's first knockout match of the World Cup. A live report from the stadium after Ted Biener at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. Overall, traffic is moving rather well throughout the Puget Sound region, but there are some slowdowns, and they include northbound I-5 across the Puyallup River Bridge. Southbound I-5 slows from 85th into downtown and through Olympia approaching 101. Southbound 405 also slows at times from before I-90 to the Kennydale Hill. And northbound 405 has got some brake lights from Canyon Park to I-5 as well as eastbound on the Boeing Freeway. That is bunching up as you're heading to I-5. Some drive times, if you're heading north, your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive times, both of those are around 35 minutes. Heading south, Everett to Seattle is 30 minutes. Your Seattle to Tacoma drive, that is up to 46 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia, 38 minutes. On southbound 405, your Bellevue to Renton drive time is 22 minutes, and Renton to Puyallup on 167, that drive time has risen to 45 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic, I'm Ted Biener.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Senegal with the edge at halftime over Belgium at Seattle Stadium. Right now 1-0 in the round of 32, a knockout game in the World Cup. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is there. She joins us live. Jillian.
And there are a lot of Senegal fans hanging on the edge of their seats for this one, and a lot of other families who are representing Ethiopia, Tanzania, and other countries in Africa, just excited to see the representation. I spoke with one family who says they are here for the game of a lifetime.
Super excited. I was actually born in Belgium, but I am Senegalese, so let's go Senegal.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So this is a crazy game for you.
It is, but hey, my heart is beating green, yellow, and red all the way Senegal.
There are a lot more families here, too, with kids. They say they're all really excited. A lot more of them are locals who say this was a great opportunity to see one of the games. Tickets were a little bit cheaper. I see some holes in the stadium. It doesn't look like it's a completely sellout crowd here today, but I will say the vibe, like every other game, are immaculate. Reporting live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Seattle and King County are making major changes to how homelessness is managed here. The mayor and county executives say they'll take back control of more than $160 million in contracts from the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. This decision follows that audit found millions of dollars in financial problems and weak oversights. The authority will continue receiving federal funding, but local control will fully begin by January. If you are taking a Washington State ferry this holiday weekend, going to be crowded. The ferry system expects about 400,000 riders over the long 4th of July weekend, making it one of the busiest times of the year. You are encouraged to make reservations when available and check the WashDOT app before heading out and avoid those peak sailing times if possible. To your forecast now, it's a nice, calm, dry afternoon, mix of clouds and some sunshine as well, with highs today in the mid-60s. Currently 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour to go. I don't want to waste any time. I want to jump right into this conversation. I'm very excited about it. We got 4th of July coming up. One of the most wonderful times of the year. Everybody loves it. I want to reach out to and talk to somebody who runs a fireworks stand. So I put it out there to the audience, and I got a call back. I want to welcome to the show right now, Janelle Villegas. Janelle, thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you so much for allowing me and calling me.
Janelle, this is just, it couldn't be better timing. I'm sure this is a very busy season for you, obviously, at this time of year. Tell me a little bit about your fireworks stand and how you got into it.
Okay. Well, first off, my husband and my children are members of the Puyallup tribe of Indians located in Tacoma. And it's just something that's always been around. I've actually been with my husband for 30 years. We met as teenagers and got together. And, just being with him, knowing him, fireworks was a big part of, his tribal culture.
Oh, heck yeah.
And he also works for the tribe. So we live near the tribe. And so it's just been a big part of our life. And, the tribe has always been able to give their tribal members the opportunity to purchase a firework license, and they have a set area on the reservation. It's called Firecracker Alley, and it's just always, I mean, I've heard stories even before I was born, just back in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and so on, that the fireworks stands have been there. So people
let me ask you, Janelle, let me ask you this question real fast before you get more into it. I have not been down to Firecracker Alley. I'm from the north end, so I live up in Snohomish County, and we would go up to Boom City. I imagine.
Yes.
So are you guys must be aware of Boom City.
I am. I actually went to Boom City as a kid.
Oh, you
with
did?
My parents. Yes. My
Perfect.
parents took me to Boom City. So, of course, when I met my husband, I was like, oh, yeah, I know about Boom City. And he was like, yeah, my tribe does Firecracker Alley. And so I got to learn that there's actually other reservations around Washington as well that have their own set of stands. I think that the Puyallup tribe and the Tulalip tribe are the two most popular, though.
Sure.
But yeah, it's kind of it's a thing for each tribe that they're allowed to have this opportunity, being a sovereign nation, and they can do this on their land and earn a living for themselves. It's part of how they make money and earn income. Before the casinos, it was a big money maker for them. Honestly, even now with the casinos today, a lot of the members down there that have their stands, they're doing it as the part of their livelihood.
And this is like you said, you guys have been in this business. You've been with your husband for 30 years. Yes. How long has his family been? Because you guys have a stand yourselves, is that right?
We do. We have our own stand, and we started. This is our 11th year. We started in 2015.
Awesome.
And we decided to give it a try. Because I'm a stay-at-home mom. For many years, I actually ran an in-home daycare, and then for reasons, I ended up closing that daycare, and I had my own children, and I decided to homeschool.
Sure.
And we just decided to try it out, to give it a try, to see how it goes, as a way to make a little extra money. And it's just kind of worked out for us. And then we just delve more and decided to really put an effort into fireworks as our business, even though it's kind of a once-a-year thing. We've made T-shirts, and we've made business cards, and we've put ourselves out there, got a Facebook account.
What's the name for anybody listening who's interested in, especially down in the South End, who wants to go to Firecracker Alley and find your stand? What's the name of your stand?
Sons of Thunder.
Sons of Thunder. That's a perfect name.
Yeah.
You know what's so great about that? I love your story too. How many kids do you guys have? You and your husband?
We have a total of 5 kids.
Oh my gosh. God bless you. That's a lot of kids. I have 4, and I thought that was a ton.
Yeah. Well, you're just one away.
That's right. Yeah. We'll keep working on it. But my wife is also, she's a stay-at-home mom, and we've made that decision. And, I'm so she was sending me these pictures yesterday. She took the kids out strawberry picking. And so it's just the experience that the kids are getting. I understand it's not an option for everybody. Some people choose to do it. Some people make the sacrifice to do it because it is a sacrifice. Like you say, you have to come up with other ways that you guys can figure out how to supplement what would be a second income in the house. But the trade-off is, my wife is getting to have all these wonderful times with our kids. They're getting that childhood the same childhood that I grew up with. I had a stay-at-home mom, and I remember that. I just called her this morning, and I was like, man, what a great childhood I have, because I'm watching my wife with our kids now, and I'm just remembering how fortunate I was to have that same thing. And it sounds like you and your husband are giving your kids the same thing, and you've figured out this way to supplement that income, which is so great because it is a seasonal thing. So you could lean really hard into it for like how much time are you spending on this? Is this like the entire middle of June and into July? How does that work?
Yeah, actually, so with the tribes, we actually get more time than the state does, the state stands.
Yeah, because state stands, I think, are just the week prior. Isn't that right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. With the tribe, so we actually purchase our license towards the end of May, and they open the doors for us down at the area, what we call the alley, on June 1st. So we've been doing this whole month.
That's great.
They open the doors for people to start building their stand because there's spots. There's 130 spots actually down there, and you get your spot, and then you can build your stand starting June 1st. And that's exactly what we did. Some people wait. Some people, not everybody builds at the same time, but most do. And you can start building, and we're open at that moment. There's no set time to be open or anything. June 1st, that's it. You can come down, you can come walk the property, and we can sell right then and there. And technically our license is for a year. So we have that license. If we were on like a piece of tribal property and we had a stand set up on that property, we could sell all year long.
Yeah. But obviously the appetite for a lot of people, it's just around 4th of July.
Yes, and New Year's as well. They do.
That's true.
Yeah, they don't allow all the spots open on New Year's, but down there at the same area, they do allow a certain number for people to come down and set up their stand for New Year's.
So you guys set up June 1st, Sons of Thunder on Firecracker Alley, or at Firecracker Alley. What's that process like? Like, how long does it take you guys to set up? Are you able to design whatever kind of stand you want? I imagine there's like kind of a square footage footprint that they ask you guys to build within.
Yes. So each spot is allotted a certain size. I believe it's 16 by 20. I could be wrong.
Sure.
My husband knows those measurements a little better than me. But yes, we store our stand. So it's, we take it down every year, and it's pieces. It's wood pieces. And we store it. We load it up in the truck, and we bring it down there. And it takes my husband, they can put it up within a day. It's a day. So, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 hours, and then it's built. And once it's built, then we go inside the stand and we build our shelves where we're going to store the fireworks.
Yeah, all your displays, all the, for people to, it's like, I remember it as a kid as Boom City. I'm sure you remember this too, but, it's, I imagine there is a science behind that. You want people to see things in a certain arrangement. You want to put the good stuff in a certain spot, the easy to see stuff for little kids. How does that all work out?
Yeah. So exactly, and I'm constantly redoing my displays. Like, we have displays in the windows. We have like baskets with the kid fireworks up front because that's the eye grabbers, right? Like some of the newer things, like this year, something that's new is what they call sidewalk chalk smoke. And so I'm displaying that in my window because it's kind of an eye grabber. Oh, what's this?
What is that? You've got me intrigued.
It's really cool. It's actually like smoke sticks that when you light it, the smoke comes out, and you can take it and you can write with the smoke on the sidewalk, like sidewalk chalk.
Oh, that's smart.
So, yeah, and things like we have lightsaber swords. They're kind of like big sparklers. But those kind of things you put in the windows. I remember a couple years ago, the lollipop sparklers came out, and all the kids gravitate to that, and that brings the parents in, right? And then you start showing them things, and then you just kind of you got to grab customers like that.
It's just like the supermarket checkout stand or aisle. It's like all that little stuff that all the kids see. That's the little extras.
And this year, like you were saying, being the 250th, I have a big, American patriotic, of course, there's a lot of Trump cakes, a lot of Trump fireworks. We're displaying that outside because that's the big deal this year. So outside of our stand, we have like fireworks stacked in a certain way, in a certain arrangement, so that it's an eye grabber because it is the big 250th. Let's celebrate America. Happy birthday, America. It's a big thing.
Yeah. Tell me about a Trump cake. What is a Trump cake?
Well, a cake is like the square big box firework. It's so there's two different types. You have your cakes, and then you have like your mortar shells. And the mortar shells are what you like, the balls or the tube-looking shell that you drop inside of a tube, and you light it, and it shoots up in the air. That's kind of a one light. So you put the ball or the shell into a tube. You light it once, and it shoots out of the tube and goes up into the sky.
Oh, I got you. Like a mortar shell thing.
Yeah, like a mortar shell. But a cake is a square box that you light once, and it has a certain number of shots to it.
Oh, okay.
So it could have 12 shots, 16 shots, 25 shots. Some of them are even. We have cakes that are. I have one particular cake right now that's 688 shots. Yeah.
What's that run? Because that's one of the other things when you go to these when you go to the fireworks stands, you have to have a number in your head. You always exceed the number, obviously, which is good for your business. But you kind of go with an idea in mind. Like when I go with my kids, I kind of set out with them. I'm like, all right, guys, here's the cash we're bringing. Here's what we're going to spend. Please try not to go too far over this because it can add up really fast. So like that 600 something show you were talking about, what does something like that run?
So we have it priced right now for $300.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's what they call a grand finale. It's a big box cake. And I mean, it's big. It's kind of something that you would see at a fireworks show. It's just going to rapidly go off for 688 shots.
And how long something like that run? Like what does a 600 shot, $300 cake run? I mean, not price wise, like how long would that last?
The time. That cake probably goes for, I want to say, close to about 40 seconds. It just depends because if the shots go up slow, some people don't like that because it's like, okay, that's boring. It's like going too slow.
Yeah, it's a finale. They want a big thing.
Yeah. So this one runs like that. It's more fast, but it's got so many effects to it that makes it really good. But I would say it's somewhere close to a minute long.
Okay.
Because even though it sounds like 688 shots, wow, that's big, but when it's going like really fast, the shots are going quick, right? So it's somewhere close to a minute.
Well, are you running the stand with? Are your kids old enough to work the stand with you guys?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's a dream come true.
We have 2 adults who come down and help us every now and then. My daughter is fantastic. She brings me all her friends, so that's her big help to me, right?
She recruits workers for you.
Yes. Well, she brings me customers.
Oh, there you go. That's good too.
Yeah, all her friends come down, and then they tell their friends, and so my daughter's a big help with me in that perspective. But she'll come in the stand because she was helping me when she was a teenager, so she knows what to do.
Yeah.
She comes in and she starts, doing it for me for her friends. But we have 2 teenagers right now, back to back, 15 and 16, and they're we have a boy and a girl, and my son is my husband's biggest help. Like they both get up in the morning, like they're there right now. They get up in the morning and they get the stand open, and I kind of stay back to kind of take care of some things, and then I go up there in the afternoon.
That's so fun. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
with your kids too. We have some friends who their family has run at one of the local fairs here in Monroe. I mean, not here. I'm in Seattle right now, but up where I live, they have this nacho stand that their family has run in their family, like 3 generations now, for like 50 years. And every summer for the 2 weeks that the fair is going, they kind of block everything else out and then they work it as a family. And now they've been doing that for like 50 years. And now my oldest son, who's 11, he's too young this year to work it, but like his good buddy, since his parents own this, they're like, yeah, maybe next summer, he can come in and get a few hours in working. That must be such a fun thing. Every year you guys get to look forward to doing this thing as a family.
Yeah, absolutely. And our kids have learned it since they were little kids because they were in the stand with us as little kids because what are we going to do with them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And they learn to talk to people, which is great. Kids that are homeschooled, right? Learning to talk to adults. And
look adults in the face and actually make eye contact.
Yes, exactly. And they've learned how to sit there and pull customers in and say, hi, how's it going? I'll tell you, my oldest daughter, our first year, she was 14 years old, she was 13 going on 14, and we had a customer that was pulled in just because they thought she was just the cutest thing. And that couple have been with us every single year. They have come back to us.
I didn't even think about that.
For 11 years. Yeah.
It is like it's a total, you build this client base and then they want to come back every year and have that same experience.
Yes. And our kids they know that it's our family business and they tell their friends, and my son's in Taekwondo and he gives cards to all the families at the Taekwondo, so they're reaching out and learning too.
Let me ask you. We're getting short on time here, but and we're talking to Janelle Villegas. She and her husband have the Sons of Thunder fireworks stand at the Firecracker. It's Firecracker Alley. Is that right?
Yes.
Firecracker Alley. What color is the stand, by the way, so people can identify it?
Our stand is blue.
Okay.
And we do have like lightning and thunder on our stand.
What's the most amount of money? Because it's just a little like stupid questions here, but like, what's the most amount of money that somebody's ever come in and spent with you guys? Are you willing to share that information?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or are you are you surprised by how much people are spending on fireworks?
Yes and no. Because it's a celebration and the fireworks aren't cheap. And so when you want a good amount, they go fast, right? And so to have a really good day and night, you need a big quantity.
There you go.
And so sometimes it doesn't surprise me because, and I grew up with fireworks with my family. Like I said, my parents took us to Boom City. So fireworks was always a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't surprise me because I understand the quantity that you need to have a really good time.
Totally fair.
And
yeah.
if you're, in this life, we look for outlets to have fun and enjoy things, right? Entertainment, right? And so,
especially if you're hosting a big party, you want to be a good, good entertainer.
Yeah. But then sometimes it does surprise me because it's like, wow, that's a lot,
You're like, but that's all right. It's my stand. Here's my other question. I wonder this every single year, and we're almost done. When you guys finish up and you stop selling for the year, what do you guys do with the fireworks? Do you send those back? Like, how does that work?
No, they are ours. We buy them. So that's a thing for us. It's kind of scary because there are wholesalers that we go to that we know of, and we go to them and we purchase them. We either use cash or we use a credit card. Or some of the wholesalers, if they know us very well, they allow us to do like run a tab kind of, and we pay them off at the end of the season.
But it's a risk. You guys are investing a lot, and you're hoping that somebody comes down and buys the product you guys are investing in.
Yes, and so whatever is left over, we bring home. We keep, and we have a place where we store our fireworks.
Sure.
And if people want some throughout the year, they call us. Okay, they have a celebration, they have a wedding, a birthday party, and especially New Year's.
Oh, yeah.
They'll call us, and then we sell them. They
Fantastic.
don't go bad. People think that, but they don't go bad.
Well, you got to keep them in good order and keep them safe.
Janelle
Villegas, thank you so much for giving us all this insight. I'm super excited for the 4th.
Absolutely.
And I love how you guys are doing that as a family. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Is it okay if I plug my stand real quick?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, anybody listening and you want to get a great deal, please come see us. We're at Firecracker Alley in Tacoma. It's 72nd and Vickery, either off Canyon Road or off Portland Ave. We are stand number 48 this year. But you know what? I will just plug the whole alley in itself because everyone down there, they're running their business too. So, yeah, but please, if you come see us, we will give you the Jake deal, okay?
Fantastic. Check them out at Sons of Thunder. Janelle, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Jake, it was an honor. Thank you so much.
All right. Best of luck this year, and happy birthday, America.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
All they care about is whether they make money. You could see it. When Trump was out of office, they lost money. Trump comes back in office, they make money. Fox stock goes up, MSNBC goes down, CNN loses viewers, they lose money, everybody's unhappy. They need people to fight.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Don't miss the Mariners' 50-season celebration night, August 8th, presented by Daktronics. Witness the most iconic gathering of Mariners greats in franchise history as the top 50 players are unveiled at T-Mobile Park. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Experience the thrill of seeing orcas and humpback whales with Puget Sound Express. Join their family-run tours for guaranteed whale sightings departing daily from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Book now at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Your local Bryant dealer can make sure your system is up to the task. Whether it's maintaining your current system or installing an energy-efficient Bryant Evolution cooling system with Perfect Humidity Plus technology, your dealer will give you what you need to help your family beat the heat. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. That's BryantNorthwest.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For a lot of workplaces, the work week doesn't end on Friday. That's why there's EasyCater, the best way to order food from favorite restaurants for your hardworking team, even on weekends. With EasyCater, you'll find great options for any group size and any shift, with tools to help meet dietary needs, stay on budget, and simplify expenses, all backed by our award-winning 24/7 support. EasyCater, your Monday through Sunday workplace food platform. Start an order for your weekend crew at easycater.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. It has been all Senegal at Seattle Stadium so far.
Let's go Senegal!
Soccer team up 2-0 over Belgium in the second half in this first World Cup knockout match in Seattle. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery is outside the stadium. She joins us live. Jillian.
Well, you see packed crowds inside the stadium. I'm here in Occidental Square, and there's got to be like 5,000 people at this watch tower hanging on their edge of the seats that are rooting for Senegal. I see a lot of different jerseys from a lot of different African countries represented in there.
Unfortunately, they were having some technical difficulties with Jillian, but we did catch up with this one Senegalese fan who is a local.
Feels unreal. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We actually live in Seattle, and so we're happy to host the World Cup as Seattleites, and we're so excited. So excited.
And again, this match taking place at Seattle Stadium. The score still 2-0 in the 69th minute of the second half now. Meantime, a Chinatown International District leader says the city cleared homeless camps from downtown for these World Cup tourists and pushed them into his neighborhood. Advocate Gary Lee says Mayor Katie Wilson has turned the CID into, his words, a human dumping ground.
We will no longer be taken advantage of by white city leaders who only come to the CID for dim sum.
They are calling on Wilson to join them at a Monday rally ahead of Seattle's final World Cup match.
My team will review, and if I can make it, I'll certainly be there.
We have reached back out to Wilson for a response to that human dumping ground comments. U.S. men are favored in tonight's match against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
The first two games, it's the best I've ever seen the national team.
But former Sounders goalkeeper and two-time World Cup veteran Marcus Hanneman tells the Jason Rand Show on Seattle Red 770 AM, anything can happen.
It's a one-game series. That's what's so exciting about the World Cup. It's, once you get to that knockout stage, it's, you got to win.
If they do, the U.S. will play here in Seattle on Monday night. Tonight's kickoff is at 5 o'clock. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 2:33. Here's Ted Beener.
Thanks, Aaron. Outbound commute traffic certainly picking up. Southbound 167, that is thickening up from about 167 down to 212, and from State Route 18 into Sumner. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that is now up to 52 minutes. Southbound I-5 slows from Lake City Way into downtown, up the South Center Hill to Midway, and through Olympia approaching 101. Southbound 405 also slows at times from before I-90 down to Sunset. And northbound I-5 slows coming into downtown from the West Seattle Bridge. And eastbound on the Boeing Freeway, that's bunching up as you're heading to I-5. Some drive times, Seattle or Bellevue to Everett, that drive time, both of those are right around a half hour. Heading south, Everett to Seattle is 30 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that's up to 57 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia is 42 minutes. On southbound 405, your Bellevue to Renton drive time, that is 22 minutes. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Thank you, Ted. Now to the forecast. We are seeing some sun breaks at this hour, but still mostly cloudy skies, staying dry today. More of the same for tomorrow, then heating up into the low 70s for Friday. The July 4th weekend looking great, mid-70s after some morning clouds, plenty of afternoon sunshine. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Man, what a great interview that was, talking with Janelle Villegas. If you guys missed any of that last segment, download the podcast, the Jake and Spike podcast, which you can find wherever podcasts are sold. Ours is actually free. We're just going to give it to you. You just subscribe to it. We'll just send it right to your phone. That's how much we believe in this product. We're not even going to sell it. We just want to give it to you because we know you're going to love it. Also, if you guys are not enjoying the show on the live stream, you should. It's a ton of fun. All right. I saw this story. This was over at KIRO News. I found this to be interesting news because I don't actually see this as a positive thing because I'm going to get caught up in this. People are really riding the ferry boats right now, like a lot. Year over year, when you look at the same time last year, so right now through June 28th, Washington State Ferries, according to KIRO News, they've carried 9.4 million riders through June 28th. Now, if you compare that to the same time last year, that is 425,000 more riders in that same period that from 2025. So what they're on pace to do right now, again, according to the story, is they're getting back to like pre-pandemic numbers, which was kind of the benchmark that everybody's been waiting to happen. I have a couple issues with this. The number one, you have a massive influx. I don't even know how much of a massive influx it is, to be honest. I think there's a fair influx of World Cup fans that are going in and out of town who are probably riding the ferry because you're literally not allowed to have cars in like the last mile of the stadiums. You're not allowed to use vehicles. And it's like a vehicle-free World Cup. That's what they're trying to do. And so what a lot of people are doing is it's kind of forcing people to either take the light rail or the Washington State ferry system or some of the local buses, which whatever, that's fine. We have the infrastructure. We pay a ton for it. We might as well use it on these days. I don't think that this means that we're going to have this level of ridership going forward. Not necessarily. Maybe it will remind people that that's a fun ride like that. And it is a fun thing. As much as I'm constantly harping on the ferry system, not the workers. I love the workers, but the people who run it, the administrative people, I don't think that they do the best job in the world. And but it's a really beautiful experience, especially this time of year. It's so gorgeous. When my grandparents, who are from the East Bay, like San Francisco East Bay area, anytime that they would come to town, the number one thing that my grandpa wanted to do, no matter what we did, the number one thing that we had to do every single time that they came to town was we had to drive to Mukilteo and we had to get on the ferry boat and head over to Whidbey Island. Because it's a really cool, unique experience. I think we have the largest ferry system in the country and one of the biggest in the world, and it's really cool. We should be proud of it. It's really neat. I just don't think it's run super great. And one of the things that they're doing during the World Cup that has been driving me kind of nuts is they're running it pretty good. And I don't have a problem with them running it well. I like that they're running it well. The problem that I have is that they're exclusively running it well during the World Cup because they don't want to be embarrassed for an international audience. They don't want to be embarrassed by tourists. They're like, oh, you know what's great? Let's make sure that the cities look great and that the crime and the homelessness and all that stuff is gone so that when other tourists are in town, they go, hey, you remember that great Seattle that we visited during the World Cup that one year? Let's go back and spend more money. The problem is once the cameras turn off and once people go away and there's no more international media attention on the city and all of the different services that feed people into the city, like the Washington State Ferry System, the people who run these systems tend to let them fall into disrepair, which is not cool and not fun. Like right now, they're running nearly at full capacity, these boats. And typically, I think right now, what was the number I saw? They're running at 19 or 20 of the 21 available boats. That gets down to as few as 12. Like 11 and 12 sometimes. During summer months when you should be running at high numbers, maybe they should follow. So this is a cool thing. We now have seen that when they are motivated to, they can do extraordinary things with the money that we have given them. Like run the ferry system nearly at full capacity. Why aren't they doing this every summer? I'm not even making the argument that they should be doing this all year round. I'm being actually pretty generous here. I'm saying, hey, you know what? I understand a lot of these boats, they're 60-something years old, which is actually pretty impressive that you still have these things on the water. Wouldn't it be nice if during the busy summer months where everybody wants to travel and go out to the San Juans or take the Edmond-Kingston run and head out and check out Kingston or go to Jefferson County, wherever you might be going, let's have all the boats. We should come up with a name for it, and we should make Washington State Ferry System. We should hold them to this standard. We now have a new baseline. The baseline is World Cup standard. And that's what we should just all accept going forward. I accept that during the summer months, Washington State Ferry System will be running at the World Cup standard, which is to have like 19 or 20 boats on the water instead of the 12 or 13. Right? Is that crazy? I mean, I feel like that's a totally fair thing. The other reason that they didn't run a lot of boats post-pandemic, I mean, we always see these post-pandemic numbers. This is to continue with the World Cup theme and the soccer theme. The reason that the Washington State Ferry System is still struggling just to catch up to the 2019 numbers is because when 2020 hit and when you had all the COVID craziness, Washington, the state of Washington under Jay Inslee, they did a massive self-goal or own goal, I guess would be the soccer term. They did a massive own goal in that they required Washington workers, public sector workers, to get vaccinated. And Jay Inslee put his foot down and he made this, he really planted a flag. If you're not vaccinated, you're not going to work for Washington State. And there was a lot of workers. I forget the number, but I want to say hundreds of Washington State Ferry employees who tried to seek exemptions. There was a process by which you could try to seek an exemption, and you could ask for, a lot of it was religious. You could say well, I have a religious exemption to the vaccine for whatever the reason, and you could try to, not have to get it. But even when they had been granted a religious exemption, they were still fired. We have news stories about that, where they were still let go and fired, even when they had gotten this exemption. And all of those people just went away. Hundreds of workers. And now you're constantly, for years afterwards, Washington State Ferry System was running into this problem where the boats weren't breaking down. The 60-year-old boats were actually pretty reliable. as you might imagine, because they're 60 years old. So obviously they're pretty reliable. What was happening is they were having staffing shortages. And the staffing shortages were coming from a mixture of things, but in large part because they were so pressed and short-staffed because they fired a bunch of people. Whose job, and think about that, whose job it is to stand outside in a windy platform area on a boat and usher cars in. Oftentimes these people are behind glass in their vehicles, and still you fired those people. That to me is like one of those things that I'm just not going to forget, that the government, like governments, big bureaucracies are horrible for many, many reasons, but one of the reasons are they're just kind of faceless and they hurt people because they don't have to, nobody holds them accountable. And so when they fire hundreds of people who were, like good workers, like union workers, they were firing because they didn't get vaccinated, which to me, to this day, I'm very annoyed by that. Anyway, back to the ferry system. There's a lot of people riding the boats right now. That's great. But now we have a new baseline, and now I would like them to uphold this new standard. The World Cup standard, I think we should all adopt it, and we should all be excited that we know that they can adopt this standard. Here's the other thing, real quick, side note. Those boats that they're running, many of them very old. There's a couple that have been, updated and they tried to make them into, actually, I think there's just one, right, that they tried to make into a hybrid boat. I forget the name of it. But they had like a huge budget of whatever the amount was. They had like $100-something million, and to do 3 boats. They spent it all on one boat, but whatever. They got a hybrid boat. I think they should invest in the technology that runs for 60 years. Like, let's get a couple more of those on the water. Let's get a couple. They're quite a bit cheaper than the new hybrid electric versions that they're trying to build in Florida. Let's get a couple diesel ones that we know are solid, that we know you can run into the ground, all reliable for 60 years. Let's get like a couple of those that we know are going to be the workhorses that aren't going to have any problems charging or nothing, because that's a proven technology. And then if you want to invest in other stuff, then be my guest. But let's get a couple good old-fashioned diesel ones in here soon. All right, we got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages next. Stick around. We're going to be right back.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins!
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now, or call 877 Cars for Kids to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Jonathan here from DUI Heroes. Summer's a time to celebrate, but also a time when DUI arrests go up. Please be safe out there and don't make the mistake of drinking and driving. But if you do make that mistake, DUI Heroes is here for you to help get your life back together. We defend you, the person, the human, during the traumatizing and stressful time of going through this. That's why we call ourselves DUI Heroes. Because when the odds are stacked against you, you need a hero on your side. So get your free case evaluation at 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen.
Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than a tear out. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Stop waiting. We're having a trade-in sale. You'll save $30 per door and drawer front off the cost of your new kitchen. Count them up and see how much you'll save. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging.
Let me check that for you.
To help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
Welcome back to the show. Super fun show today. Lots of great text messages from all of you guys. Thank you so much for sending them in. Let's just jump right into them. Jacob, go for it.
Yes, I will start with Unicycle Mike, who texted in. We talked a lot about fireworks today. He says, I spent $560 on fireworks this year. However, I totally agree with Jacob. I should have bought more Lego sets instead.
Yes. They're so good. Did you play with Legos as a kid?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about this on the show yesterday. Was it just yesterday we were talking about this? Anyway, my son wants to spend a lot of money on a new Lego set.
Okay.
He's working this summer for my dad and mom.
Nice.
He's saving up his money. And he shows me what he wants to buy. It's a Millennium Falcon. It's like $620.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
But those things do hold their value. And like they do, it's amazing the amount of money that people spend on these Legos.
My biggest set was a pirate ship.
That was an
It's a
awesome
good
set.
one. Yeah, it's good.
That was really cool. You should have held on to it. It's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
Area code 360 says the Seattle fireworks ban is not enforced. It's a war zone in my neighborhood every year.
Good to know. Area code 206, before spending money on fireworks, make sure you have a place to light them. It really sucks to spend $200 on fireworks only to have them confiscated. That does sound like a sad story. I'm sorry that happened to you, 206.
Sad. Joe and Shoreline, should I read this one?
It's a little bit long.
This is a long one. I'll read Joe.
Okay.
I'll read Joe and 360. Joe and Shore. Do you want to summarize Joe and Shorelines?
Just that basically he had the experience of seeing a fireworks stand owner set off all their leftover fireworks.
Oh, no way.
Basically,
that's a good one,
yeah,
Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a very good one. All right, this is from Joey in 360. He says, can you guys please play the audio from Joe Dirt where he's naming off all the fireworks? Some of it may need to be bleeped out. It's the funniest audio related to fireworks. All right.
So you're going to tell me that you don't have no black cats, no Roman candles, or screaming mimes? No. Oh, come on, man. You don't got no lady fingers, fuzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burners, finger blasters, gut busters, zippity doodads, or crap flappers? No, I don't. You're going to stand there owning a fireworks stand and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, hoosker do's, hoosker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsy daisers, with or without the scooter stick, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
That is a good one.
That's a fantastic clip. Very good suggestion. Thank you, Joey in 360. Let's move on real fast to socialist victories. Doug in Mount Vernon says on the 9/11 comment we played from that Colorado primary winner. 9/11 comment, okay, for a graduate level class on international politics, no so good for campaigning.
Jeff from Renton also somewhat similar sentiment, I suppose. The candidate from Colorado is spot on. We've muddled in the Middle East since the 50s, all about oil and having military bases.
Here's the thing, Jeff. I will say this. She says in the clip that destabilized. When was the Middle East super stable? I would ask that question. And also, she's applying post 9/11 feelings to pre 9/11 stuff. So like when we're attacked at 9/11, we don't have time to get into all this right now, but the idea that she's saying that we somehow had it coming to us is, I will say, for most middle of the road people, they would find that to be a very objectionable view from a political candidate. But who knows? Maybe you're right. All right, on Seattle dogs, real quick here, area code 206 says, try cream cheese, barbecue sauce, jalapenos, and grilled onions. That's a lot of flavor.
Ben, the security consultant, I don't know what percentage you said, Jake, but he says 60% taste is actually olfactory smell response.
Oh, I said it was 45.
Something, somewhere in there.
So he's saying that most of your taste comes from your nose?
More than half, according to Ben, the security consultant.
Well, then I think even if I'm embarrassing myself, smelling it before my bites.
Yeah.
All right. We're actually out of time. We don't have time to read any more.
That's right.
Thanks for producing today. It was a great show.
Yeah, this was fun.
Tons of fun. John Curley's coming up next. We will be back here tomorrow live. So don't miss it. We'll see you back here then. Bye-bye.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear the John Curley Show, afternoons 2 to 7.
You have a whole bunch of people getting on, not paying. Imagine this on a bus. You get on the bus, you got your little stupid card that you paid for, and you swipe it, and then the seat folds down and you can sit down. There's no standing. So if you get on and you don't have a little card, whoop, there's no place for you to sit. Whoosh, out the back.
The John Curley Show. Subscribe to KIRO News Radio on YouTube and watch live or later.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
What if the retirement plan you think you have isn't enough? Marshall and Ellen thought they were prepared.
We certainly thought we had all documents. We'd done the wills and the power of attorney and all that stuff.
Then they attended a seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at LifePoint Law.
The bigger parts of how that all plays out was definitely helpful.
LifePoint Law showed them what they were missing.
There were things we never thought of that made total sense once they were brought up. To have things planned so that your family isn't left with a mess or having to deal with things that they don't know anything about.
So what's their advice?
People wait too long. Get started, figure out what you want to do. Don't wait too long. Make those decisions and look at all your options.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on a YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
On BritBox, there is a place where stories twist like cobblestone roads. Grand manners hide secrets. And stakes are higher than seaside cliffs. Find places worth getting lost in on BritBox. Watch new series like The Other Bennett Sister from the world of Jane Austen and A Woman of Substance starring Golden Globe winner Brenda Blethyn. If you want to get away, you're in the right place. Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Free trial at BritBox.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
For years, I've been telling you how much we care for our hens and the land here at Wilcox Farms. But don't just take my word for it. Our family's commitment is backed by trusted third-party certifications. Hartley Wilcox here. Wilcox eggs are USDA organic, meaning no synthetic pesticides or GMOs. We're certified humane, ensuring our hens live with dignity and space to roam. We're salmon safe, protecting Northwest waterways, and recognized for sustainable farming practices. These aren't just labels. They're proof that every one of our eggs comes from a farm that values animal welfare, environmental stewardship, and your family's health. So next time you're at the store, look for Wilcox Family Farms eggs. They're not only delicious, they're certifiably humane and organic, raised with care you can trust.